Greetings, programs. Pyrrh here, and welcome to Vintage Story Bug Out. This is Blackguard edition. We are on Act 3, and we got a nice little something happening here. This is our main tent bag, and this is the regiment. This is like the barracks, armory, whatever. Actually, it's not the barracks, but if you are new, this is part of the Better Ruins mod. This is, and I've got the guy that built it down there, but had a little cannon in it. This is just a little section of the building that he had done in as part of the Better Ruins. His name is St. Adrian. And all I did was take the corner of it, because tent bag is also a part of this series. And I made it into a 7x7x7 little smithy that we can grab and take with us. So this is a permadeath survival adventure featuring the Better Ruins mod. We can, and the tent bag. So we head south. We start out in the icy climate, and the point is to survive and head south in search of a pineapple while we're exploring some ruins and kind of playing around with the tent bag and such. Oh, I got to make sure that I picked up the anvil. I don't think it'll pick up the forge or the anvil. But I had everything set out to remind me to do a couple of things. I think one thing was going to make a gate here and to cook some food here. I think I had something I was going to cook, but it's rotten. So, woo, okay. Let me see. Did my music get turned up? Let's see here. Sorry for the Windows sound in the background. Alright, so let me know if the music is alright. Nothing has changed on my end, but then again, things get kind of weird when streaming is involved. So we have changed this tent bag a little bit since the last, well, during the last stream, actually. And we made it a 3-high. I mean, it's a little different than originally was. It was a platform and it was kind of cool. But, ooh, can I still reach my chests? Yeah. But it wasn't a 3-high protected area, which is necessary for my rules. I'm trying to keep bears out and such. Alright, let's cook some food. What nutrition do we need? We need fruit and grain mainly. So we could make just a mess of porridge. Of anything that's about to expire. 25, 25, 22. 25, 25, 23, 31. So yeah, nothing that's really about to expire. Did we move all the food over there? Oh, no, we didn't. Let's get all the food over into the proper locations here. Put all the grains in here. Let's see. And then that can go in here. Okay. So we can make rice, or we can just do the whole flax porridge. Why don't we go ahead and do that? And then we'll drink some juice, because we've got juice now. Ooh, what did I do with my pots? Uh-oh. That goes on my back. Let's do that. That's got all of our vendor materials in it. Okay, did I stash them somewhere? Gosh, I don't remember putting them all in here, but pretty sure I didn't put them all in here because I had an extra. It's on me. Oh. Haha. Let's do that. And then while that's cooking, we can organize some other things. Let's see. Oh, We could probably hang this somewhere now. Cook us some food. Yep. All right, let me get to where, sorry, chat. I hate calling you chat. Sorry to the viewers in my chat. Okay, music is too loud. All right. Yeah, it's weird because it is at like 1. Let me see. If I adjust it here. No. Okay, yeah, and that's one of the loudest songs there is. Thank you, Tina. Hi, Sophie. Hi, Crone22. Welcome. Sorry, it's taken me a minute to get adjusted. It's one of those, I'm running tired today, so if I feel like the content is suffering, we will likely end early, but hopefully we don't need to. I don't have anything solid I can connect that to. Well, you know what? It's gonna go right here for now. And I got my crock and my bowl on me. This bowl is almost empty. Look at this. I got my cool marble top table here too. Actually, that's an extra bowl. Let's put the extra bowl over here. Okay, so in order to make a gate, well, in Minecraft, that's the fences. I make the same mistake there too. All right. Let's do that and that. Oh, there we go. That way it won't burn. All right. We better take the crock with us, though. Oh, we still have stuff and things on us. Some deer ears. Okay, we can put the boards. Let's just put a stash of a few things here. Probably won't need the saw. Better keep our hammer and chisel with us just in case. We should have spares of all of our tools in here, right? Pick. We got a brand new axe, shovel, and knife. Okay. I thought I had more bandages, but I think we used them. Music is a bit loud compared to your voice. Is it better now? Let me know. Let me adjust my mic. It looks like I am speaking correctly into the microphone, which when I'm tired sometimes is an issue. What I'm going to do with this rot, nobody knows. Oh, we should check our barrels before we go as well. All right. And can we do that? Can I stand on the table? There we are. We now have a safe location. Sweet. Okay. Well, let me know about the music later, because that, like I said, that was at the peak of the loudest song there is, I think. So, well, we'll see. Hi, Monty's girl. Nice to see everybody. See, I remember to do all the things. I remember to announce the stream and change the little splash at the beginning, telling everybody what I was doing. 1 serving of flax porridge. 1.8 days. We made our pants, didn't we? Yes, we made pants on our armor, so now we have a full set of armor. We have Gamboy's leg and body armor, and we still have a leather helmet. Yeah, that's okay. Right, do I have anything that I want to put away in here? I don't think so. And we'll go ahead and put our hammer and chisel up. Just in case we end up wanting to kill something. There's 2 spears. I can kill stuff with 2 spears if we need to. Not really planning on doing a lot of hunting, but we'll see. Okay. Tent bags. But stashed in here, I think. Yeah. And we have an extra one now, because we are on the lookout for a 3rd cool build that we can do something with. Okay. Middle block. 2, 3, that would be this one here. And I believe it's going to tell me the forge and the anvil, yes. So, we can just do this number. And do, oh, let's make sure we have a bucket of, oh, it's empty. We don't want it empty. We want it with water in it. That way we can do this in the desert if we wanted to. And I still have my water. Okay. Boop. There is our smithy. Tent bag. Okay. And before we escape, no, we just slept right before, I mean, right as we were logging out. Last night, I slept through a medium temporal storm. So we got that. You know, did we get everything here? I don't even remember if we got everything out of there. And do we have anything on the horizon? I don't see anything. Probably nothing. I don't think that's anything. I don't remember the vendor either, so we'll go over there. That looks like a safer route anyway. So let's go east, hit the vendor, and then we're going to go through this little piece of forest and then down where it's a little less foresty. But first, we should probably put another gate up across here. Oh, step assist. There we go. Yeah, I do believe we checked everything here. Yes, we took our little crate, or little aged owl chest that appears in the middle of these. Hey, we want 51 slate roofing outer corners. Yeah. That's something that we use a lot of. Or 54 shingle roof ridge. That's a long roof, but at least you would use multiples of those. Okay, and I don't remember there being anything else here. There were vessels, those, and the 3 chests, one of which is the little owl chest, which we did get. Okay, I think that's it. Let's grab our tent before we take off. Look, home sweet home. Yeah, we have a chisel now, so we can adjust the rails. We need to like move this one over here and vice versa. You can see how they're a little off, but it goes to show the detail that the builder did with that, because he obviously chiseled the individual pieces. Okay. We're using try and corner all the bears. Yeah. Corner them with shingles. Kind of like tough love. Cornering them with roof shingles. We don't really need to worry about sprinting either, because we've got lots and lots of food. Hello, A Trader. Speaking of food, you have cheese. Should I buy cheese? I have 74 gears. Problem with cheese is they still haven't fixed this. The nutrition is almost negligible. For 9 gears and as much work as it takes to make cheese, there should be a lot more nutrition value to it. I don't know which things we have. Soon we'll have linen bags to sell. We do have one. I don't think that's the same blanket he was looking for. That's a warm woolen one he's looking for, but we can sell you this. Now, if you were selling soybeans, I might consider it, but I really don't need food. The only thing I would consider buying is the cheese because we give points for bug out for the nutrition at the end when we find our pineapple. But okay, 1 gear richer. We're going to see what that little square is. Down here, there's some turnips. Oh, there we are. I am considering, since I need really light headphones and I don't like earbuds, just a hole in the ground. I'm considering some like bone conduction headphones to wear. That way it's not covering my ears and they're light and I can hear, so might be something that you wouldn't be able to see a change obviously on your side. But jack-o'-lanterns, yeah. Sometimes they have lobster mushrooms hiding next to them, so definitely need to look. But the jack-o'-lanterns have a slightly smaller cap than the lobster mushrooms do. Alright. Eastish, we have made it. Okay, so, hey, happy Friday. Hopefully everybody had a good week. I have had a very exhausting week. I said I'm still running tired. Hopefully the content is good. If I feel like it's lacking, we will cut out early. But it is what it is. Did we check this out? That is definitely something to the northwest of us. I don't like backtracking. Ooh, lightning. But let's take a look. Nope. Had big plans for today. Ended up basically barely moving. Did the best I could, but man, after a really good day yesterday of getting a lot done. Not a lot done today. A little bit of computer work, but aside from that, wasn't a great productive day today. Copper, yeah, we'll take it. That's right. That was one of our shopping lists, right? Needed to collect a bit more copper. We also need to find, we have to make sure that we're looking for ruins, the little underground basements, because we do need another couple of iron blooms if we want Iron Age points. Hey, Andy. Happy Friday. Sophie just started a new tent project trying to make a smithy with a hellhammer. Oh, yeah. That was kind of an idea I had too, but I think no, it's too much for me. I think we're getting to the pineapple a little too early for that, I think. Very exciting because I never built a windmill before. I think the tent would work best on mountaintop, so yes. And you'd probably have to dismantle your windmill in the meantime. Because I don't think you could make one that would work well enough. And I'm not sure really if the tent bag will even pick it up. But it'll be interesting to find out. Interesting to find out. I got a tick bite, very nasty. I didn't feel too good this week, but I feel better each day now. Good. Good, yeah, ticks are the worst. The most exciting thing that happened here was Fluffy decided to bring a rabbit home last night. I hear my daughter go, "Whoa!" and go running into the hallway. I'm like, what in the world? She was running into the hallway to shut my bedroom door because Fluffy had brought in a rabbit, and of course it was alive and still kicking. But no, it was kind of funny. My mother's like, "Did you let the rabbit go?" I was like, "The dead one?"
You mean the rabbit they ate?
The rabbit they ate. Yes.
So upset. It's like, Grandma, what do you think? Why do you think they catch them?
Yes, why do you think they catch them?
It's like, that's free food. Why do you think I'm gonna go fry it out of Fluffy's mouth?
No. Fluffy was not letting it in. It's funny because she brings in the live animals for the other cats, right? But it was funny. She brought it in live, but and let it go a couple of times, but then just grabbed it right again, and then she killed it, and she growled at everybody and kept everybody back till she ate. Well, we won't get into too much detail, but she ate part of it. she ate the prized part, and that's because it's got high nutrition and things like that, you know. And she ate that, and yes. Well, for animals, it's different than humans. And she kept everybody back until she was done. It was actually pretty interesting. This could be something. Might be a little dangerous there, but we're going to go take a look. Music is still a little bit loud. Well, darn it. Meow. Okay, now we're into a loud piece again. Okay, this is... Can I make this any... Yeah, that's like completely... There. Now I think that's completely gone. It says it's still playing. Alright. Now, that's weird because I can't hear it in my ears at all now, but it says it's still playing a little bit. You okay to turn down your music down to... See, I haven't adjusted the music at all. That's what's just weird. I guess I chalk it up to Windows updates because they like to mess with stuff. And I look at the slider and I can't see but a speck on it. It is literally... Before, when it showed me percentages, it was at 5%. Okay, well, let me know. I'm glad you can hear a little bit. Let me know if it's loud. Jack-o'-lanterns. Okay. Because I have to make sure that the music, the game sounds are loud enough that I can hear if things are going on. I depend on my ears a lot when I'm playing games like this. Okay, this is just a gravel pit. And some more poisonous mushrooms. Those, however, are not. I want to see how colorful these witches' hats are in person. Because, yeah, look at all of the different colors. Black and orange and yellow. A little speck of purple on them. And a Blackguard, so I'm not getting any. I really don't need to be stopping and gathering mushrooms. What we need to do is bug out and get south. Look, we've got ferns and such. We're at almost 55,000 blocks. We came quite a little ways yesterday before we paused and did some building and constructing and such. Made our armor, made our anvil. Adjusted the tent bag so now it qualifies for my score and will keep us safe. I mean, we had a moose come right in, didn't we? Came right in, just as bold as brass, moo, and then got mad because I was there. Like, hey!
We have cats who do that in real life.
Yes, we have cats that do that.
They come and sit on top of you, and they're surprised that you're there. Win was...
Oh, Win had mental issues. We had a cat that was not all there mentally. She was on Paxil, which is an antidepressant or antipsychotic medication. And I don't know what the non-brand name is. But she was on Paxil for most of her life. She lived for 18 years, 19 years. Oh my gosh, it was like the longest lived shelter cat that we'd ever had. But no, she... Oh, that was a mad pig. We're leaving. I heard that. She did not like you being next to her. And she didn't like being touched. It was terrible because she looked very, very floofy. You know,
You wanted to pet her.
You wanted to pet her. She looked like a pom-pom. Yeah, I mean, she wasn't long-haired, but her fur was...
Like Easter did when she was little.
It did. It puffed out like a pom-pom, and you wanted to pet her, but you couldn't. You couldn't, because you couldn't touch her. She would go psycho. She had no... Where most cats... There's a bear right there. We're going to book, because that is a grizzly. No, actually, I think that's a black bear. But you couldn't... She didn't have any warning triggers. Like most cats will... Okay, I've had enough, you know, and then you know to stop petting them before they, like, freak out. No, she had no warning triggers. That's why she was unadoptable. She had no warning signals. She would just like tear your face off just instantly. So you couldn't really touch her. She would come over. You'd be sitting on the couch. She'd come over and sit down next to you. Turn around, like take a bath, whatever. Look around, look at you, look around, whatever. Lick herself some more. And then all of a sudden freak out like, when did you get here? Like all of a sudden,
just sit on top of you.
Like she's not the one that came and sat on top of you, right? So yeah, psycho cat. Hi, Inger. Welcome.
I'm like pretty sure she was abused when she was little.
No, we got her as a kitten.
Okay, we had one that was.
I don't remember who. Fidget was, but we never got him. I would have gladly taken Fidget. He looked like Indy, except he was a sweetheart.
He said he was a sweetheart. I don't know. Indy's gotten pretty sweet.
She's gotten better. You know what? This is not safe. I got myself stuck in a forest.
Oh no.
I did. We're going to have to go east. Yes, this is not safe. Not safe. That and mountains. Even with TerraPretty, we've still got a little bit of TerraPretty. It is 1T. Still have a little bit of difficulty. Oh dear. Hey, there's something though. Probably infested. Shall we go check it out? Even at a distance? Oh, you guys are going to love this. Now, especially since most of the gang is here. What a lovely natured cat she sounds like. Yeah, she was...
Oh, so lovely. She could be sweet.
You're talking about... I think he's talking about wind. Yeah, it was. She was difficult. Oh, chanterelles. Here I am going to gather mushrooms in the...
She was a lot sweeter in her last few years.
Yeah.
And you could pet her once in a while.
Yeah, when she got older and she was mostly blind and you could mostly pet her. Now she's been gone for a year now, almost a year. I think we got Candy right after.
We got Candy about right after Easter.
Right. Yeah, but when was Win gone? I don't remember. Yeah, we lost one of our young. Whoa, pig! It's better than a wolf, but I'm pretty sure that was a pig. But no, we lost one of our young cats.
It was like a cute kidney failure.
Yeah, but it was almost like she was poisoned. The way that it had to have been. I mean, there's nothing she could have gotten into here, but that's what it sounded like.
It was either like a form of cancer or a genetic thing.
Okay, it must have been something she was born with then, and nothing that we could do, because it just, the way she declined,
It was so
it was very quick, and it acted like a cat will when they get into something very, very poisonous, and then eat a lot of it. which she wouldn't have.
No, she's smarter than that.
Well, I don't know.
Even then-
Some stuff tastes good to cats. Like antifreeze. If for some reason dogs and cats love antifreeze. I have no idea why. I haven't tasted it myself. But no, there's nothing here that she could have gotten into, so it had to have been acute.
No,
But
if she got into it, somebody else would have too.
right, because we have like 8 up here. We have 8 up here, so there's no way. Okay, this looks like a vanilla. Yeah, there's no way that we just have one sick cat.
And even then, we would have noticed if something were out.
Because I'm very, very, very careful, and my kids know, because I use xylitol, and xylitol is highly toxic to both dogs and cats. Actually, I don't think it's good for chickens either. Yeah, that's right. You said because avocados have a naturally occurring xylitol. I think that's cool. I did not know why, but now we know. I mean, that's why you don't give it to poultry either, I guess. So this is probably a whatchamacallit? TP? Translocator? TL. TP. Toilet paper! Well, I was thinking teleporter, but you know, TP, because I guess we don't have bathrooms in Vintage Story either. Unless you're on Rusty Gears, and then QP and Cricket QP and Cricket have to make a whole big thing out of toilets, which is yeah, not my kind of thing. Okay, not a TL. Interesting though. I've seen this as part of a larger ruin when it's not as busted up. This has got path blocks, so there's probably nothing underneath here. Inger, I lost one of my cats because her neighbor put out rat poison. Bummer. Yeah, she was not an outdoor kitty.
No, she stayed indoors. The one time she got out was like
Easter?
Yeah, Easter was out for like what, 30 minutes?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Torch holder. Yeah, I see it. I saw it, Andy. I've got plenty of torch holders. I've got like an extra 3, so there's only so many torch holders you can put down in tent bags. But yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Yeah, that'd be the only useful thing in there. We found a food vessel and an ore vessel. No, we just found the food vessel. I found the ore vessel elsewhere. And the doors, if I wanted them, but no need for the doors. Age plant. So yeah, really, the only useful thing was it's not even a chest. We didn't miss a chest in there somewhere, did we? That's weird because you think there would be like one little. It's all rubble.
I was practicing.
Yeah, just the torch holder and planks and some doors. That's it. Anyway, sorry, poke it up.
Practicing one of the little music scores in Genshin. I want to try and film it. So when I try to go for perfect score, I'm sitting there, I've got Wanderer in the spot I wanted to, just seeing if it looks good, and I'm playing, and I notice, why has he been like wet this whole time? Because he's got all these little water particles coming off. Because he's standing right in the middle of a river.
Standing in a river. Well, I guess it looks cool. Okay, there is a vendor, merchant, trailer, trader, whatever you call them, to the south. Oh, gosh, we're going to go hungry, too. We're going to go hungry and my inventory's full of food. I don't really mean it when I say I'm going hungry. We're going to get a jug of juice, though, next time.
Yep.
I made a whole bunch of cranberry juice. I forgot how unfilling flax porridge is.
That's why you always give the flax.
Flax to the animals. Yep. Oh, look! We have a new occurrence. Termites. So that's something new. We haven't seen them yet. So we're getting south. We're at 55,000 blocks. We can have a pineapple right around the corner, folks. And yeah, nice blocks. Yeah, if I was building with granite. Some decent blocks for building. Oh, but before I got... So distracted by being distracted and getting into a forest that I didn't belong in. And since there's a lot of people here, yeah, I'm sorry to hear that too, Inger. I did not mean to kind of go off on my own tangent and make light of the situation. I definitely do not like losing cats, for sure. Because we lose them all the time, obviously. That's why I say that having 14, we're one short. Having 14 is the ideal number of cats, because...
Yeah, I'm due to go find another stray.
No. You guys are not due to find... I want to pick out my own this time. Well, we sort of like picked out Candy, so...
There was another option. She had a sister.
Oh, I know.
Oh, we had to get Candy, though.
See, Candy was... See, this is the kind of cat you want. Is a cat you look at...
And you go, that's mine.
Or the animal. I mean, whether you any animal that you get, you look at it, and it's not because it's not out of pity. If it's out of pity, then you take care of them and you find them a home, obviously. But you don't give them a home out of pity or like my husband's famous for. It's so ugly, it's cute. No, they are not so ugly. They're cute. They're just ugly. That goes for cars, motorcycles, dogs. But houses, flowers. No, things aren't so ugly. They're cute.
Flowers, I don't know.
But
I think plants, maybe not cute, but they are interesting.
Yeah, though they can be interesting, but
I think plants that look kind of ugly are cool because you can.
Yes, but I'm not necessarily going to cultivate them in my garden.
No.
And I'm not going to cultivate like a stinky plant because it's good for bees when there's plenty of good smelling plants that are good for bees.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing. Like the cypress.
Plants are cool because it's like you can look and see like why they've evolved to be that way. Animals that are super ugly, we tend to have done that ourselves, so it's not really cool to go look back on how they've evolved. It's just kind of sad.
No. Okay. Black Bunny is safe because Bun Bun went into the trees and I don't feel like chasing him. Anyway, okay, again, before I got distracted again by my own callousness and going off on my own tangent and not being sympathetic to Inger. Hi, Chris. Flax train only 3. Yeah, 30 is the that's why we feed the flax to the animals. That's what Polka Dot Spot just finished telling me. Oh, we got a little bit of clay out of something. The big news. So, talking to Poet, and he's feeling a little burnt out on Genshin, and he said, well, you're streaming and blah, 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 and doing this, and I was looking for something, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Because there's not a lot you can do together on Genshin. There's more and more things you can do in co-op, which is nice, but...
They have been slowly adding stuff, but the main story, you're forced to do that in single player.
Main story is single player, and he's really not into the story very much. We forgot to check out the vendor. I was distracted by the flowers again.
There's a few stories we've been making him.
Yes, there's a few stories we make him pay attention to, but no, he's not really into the lore. So I can see why he's just not really feeling it. And I said, but you're always streaming vintage story and things. And I said, well, what about, and I floated the idea of him playing Bug Out with me. And I said, we can do a team Bug Out. It seemed like to be really popular when Polka Dot Spot did it with me, but she was kind of not keen on the whole permadeath thing.
No,
but
he peaceful Minecraft to keep inventory.
Yes,
and
yes.
jump off cliffs all the time for fun. That's like my game.
But you did really well, though. I have to say, you really did. But see, now Poet started out playing. We started out the whole gaming YouTube channel. What? This guy. Whoa. This guy has a tree out here. Anyway, so I asked him, would you be willing to play Bug Out? We'll up the ruin population density, right? So we get a lot of ruins. And we'll work out some sort of deal that we could buy out each other's corpses if one of us dies. Do I need the fat? I really don't need the fat. And you are buying a warm woolen blanket, as always. But I think he's game. So we may, either Monday or Tuesday, probably Monday night. Because I may move Genshin to Tuesday, and I also may move it to its own channel, because it seems, although there should be similar audiences, the audience that I'm catering to on my Vintage Story channel, I don't mind playing some Minecraft, but it doesn't seem like it's quite the same audience as the Vintage Story and even the Minecraft audience, not quite the same audience. So we may move Genshin to its own channel, but for now we'll do that Tuesday night, and then we can do more Bug Out Monday night. So yeah, that's definitely a thing. It'd be nice to get Poet back online with us again. I know a lot of you tell me how you like his southern accent, which is not really very thick, but it's enough. I don't consider it thick because you're
so used to it.
Well, not just that. Even when I dated him, I'm from the West Coast, so I've picked up a little bit of a drawl, spending a few years in Texas, and
I was gonna say you lived in Texas,
but only for 2 years. I picked up y'all from Texas. Y'all.
Kind of like an all-encompassing American.
No. You're raised in the South, dear. My kids are all Georgia peaches.
In Vegas, I knew half the kids in my class are using.
Well, only if but it's very, very unusual to hear that on the West Coast. And actually, it's not as common even here in Georgia using that expression. Okay, so we're going to need our tent bag down. We're going to dump some of this food, collect a few more mushrooms because I can, and get our thing. But anyway, I'm used to his parents. Oh my gosh. It took me a couple of years just to understand my father-in-law. His accent was so thick. And I always had trouble with accents. My uncle is Australian, and the g'day, and it's if you guys have listened to Punk Hole, he has a very thick Australian accent, and I can understand Punk, I think, because I got used to my uncle. But even with him, I've never been able to understand accents very well. And my best friend growing up, like in elementary school, moved away to South Carolina, and then when she would come visit me, her accent, I couldn't understand her. So I felt really, bad. Here I am, even in my 20s and early 30s, and can't understand accents. I took a transcription course, and that helped a little bit with understanding accents. But getting to know my father-in-law, I think, was the big factor in figuring out how to listen to accents. Now I have no difficulty listening to anybody speak after listening to my father-in-law and his very, very thick southern accent. So there's my
I know I can understand German accents. I've watched a German YouTuber all of my life.
Yeah, I mean, once you get used to things like that, that's definitely true. Okay, let's grab a jug of juice and take some swigs. Oh, we got one swig left. I think we should cook some more. What do we need? What do we need? Let's cook some veggies, because I just collected a whole pot of mushrooms. We have 5. We have 7 red wine caps. I'm about to collect more. I have like a 12 and 12 of anything. I know this is such a difficult decision, right? We can have a chanterelle stew. Let's just do all chanterelles. We're being very mushroom particular. Okay, it says it's lit. Like you don't get the visual indicator of when things are lit anymore. Alright. We need a dump chest. Which this one was supposed to be. So let's move this stuff out. We put our tent bags, I think, went in here. That's the smithy. Okay, and tools. Our tin bronze chisel and our hammer. Oh, that's more sell things. And all of these are now... Oh, except this one. That's junk. So this will be our dump chest for things that go back into the smithy. Yeah, that works. This is garbage. Can we eat the rest of this? And then we'll just take the pot with us. Okay. Empty tent bag. Dum-de-dum. Playing Tiger. Hi. Gosh, I missed the raid. I'm sorry. Hi, everybody. Thank you. It didn't come in. Oh, Andy, I have no problem understanding yours for sure. I don't have a problem understanding accents at all anymore. But it's even some of the terminology that Australians will use is different.
Okay, mate.
Well, some of the terminology will be different from even Canadian and Europe.
A bit more of the Australian dialect because there's a character, Dashi in Optimus. She's Australian, and when I write a little bit of fan work for Optimus, when I write her, I tend to use a bit of Australian slang, but not too much to where the average American can't understand it. I know most of my audience is going to be American, but it's still nice to learn.
I lived off the border of Canada for a while and dated a Canadian. Actually dated a couple of them. And one of them, oh my gosh, I needed a napkin. It's like at their restaurants. Now, here in America, if you go to a restaurant, they supply you napkins. Apparently, it's not a thing that they do. This is definitely something I have not seen before.
All those little bits
That's
is exactly
neat.
why I over-research when I'm writing.
Hang on. Concentrating here. I don't know. I don't see anything. Oh, there's something underneath here. Looks like this is a big grand entrance to something. Look at the benches. Look how cool this is. How's the game coming along? We're doing really well. We are at 56,000 blocks. This is hiding something major underneath there, isn't it? Look at this. I wonder what would happen if you slapped a tent bag down at the bottom there. Treasure Guardian's blueprint. What can you make with this? Aged wooden chests. I got one of these before. They make some very cool storage. I'll take it. A top hat.
I have a top hat in real life, actually.
Yeah, I was going to say, you have a top hat. Huntsman's too.
I've turned into a cosplay.
Okay, that's basically useless. Okay. And of course it's on me. I think there's something underneath here, though. Bet your dollars to donuts. Anyway, wow. Total distraction. I've gone on so many different conversation tangents. I have no idea what I'm talking about anymore. Welcome, Playing Tiger and Entourage. Andy Days. Yeah, a lot of us think your speech is very clear. It's unusual as you have a rather thick northern accent. Yes. God bless Game of Thrones. And I don't watch Game of Thrones, but there's a few of you in Rusty Gears, you Brits, with different accents, and I think that's so cool. It's just, different. Everybody's different. Okay. Do we want to try to tent bag any of this, or should we just move on? I wonder. See, look how pretty that is. Do I want to fall down the middle? This is so neat. This is definitely majorly ruined, though. Tell you what. I like these walls. But there's nothing here that would be enclosed enough. Except maybe this. Do we dare? I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Hold your breath. Oh, you know what I did? I don't have the spare tent bag on me. That's okay. We'll just dig our way out. But look at this. That's very cool. That was weird. It just got really dark all of a sudden. Watch, I'm digging the wrong direction. I have to dig forever. We're out. Okay, that was neat. Interesting. Now my inventory's full of garbage. Oh, sheep scared me. A little too curious. And too nosy. Look at this arch. And onions. You could build it up with in the middle. I think it would just take too much work for what we're doing. You know.
If I can play my music box inside the skirmish domain, that'd be fun. Have that as a background. Probably not. Yeah, I don't think it'll let me.
No, because I don't think it would let me play it in the teapot either.
No, but that's because teapot was in multiplayer. Our mains are.
But they're considered a separate entity. It's considered like it's.
No, I can't.
It's considered like a domain, like a separate area rather than the regular world. All right.
Because of the way it has to be coded to work, right? It has to constantly be in multiplayer mode, even if you're the only one there. It's in multiplayer.
Well, anyway, we found some cool ruins already, so that's definitely an interesting night for sure. We got to make sure that I take breaks, though, as in my typical, more frequent breaks. Decided to go ahead and up taking iron pills again. I hate doing that. I'd much rather just get it naturally, but when you're trying to supplement, you can only eat so much red meat, right? Especially since it's so expensive. But I made myself a massive hamburger today. It was delicious. And oh my gosh, I got so much junk on me now. But I think, oh, looky there. I think I'm going to have to start upping my iron content. Hopefully that helps. Maybe I'm just a little anemic and that's why I can't. That's why I'm so tired. Come on. I hate it when you miss and then you pick everything back up. What is it with these two blocks here? I mean, normally you don't have that much of a reach, right? Okay, both are garbage. I said garbage. I think the fortune teller scarf could actually be bought. No. That's one of my favorite pieces, but that top hat looks so cute. I don't know if we made it to the top hat too. Oh, you can make a top hat. You can actually make it in, yeah. Boop. Come on. Oh my gosh. Fine. There. Treat me like that and I'll set you down. All right. So we have broken into where we'll find termites at some point, so... But we're still not quite tropical. If I remember right, we got another 20, almost 20,000 blocks to go. Yep. All right. So we're just going to have to book. Probably a dangerous time to take a drink, but... Oh, yeah. I got to remember. I'm going to clip that. Ooh, wait a minute. No, that's quartz. Clip that from a couple nights ago when I was sprinting and I ended up jumping over a pit in the ground and almost falling into another one. That scared me after that. I don't know how I missed it, to tell you the truth. I was headed straight for the hole. It'd be one of those miraculous changing directions in midair kind of thing, like you see in the cartoons. I see mushrooms. I also see a lot of forested area. Oh, Andy, definitely that was a better ruins. I like how the guy that made the regiments left his signature, said that he did it. I'm gonna have to get a hold of Nicholas and let him know everybody needs to change the ruins so you've got a signature block if they don't already, and then update all of the old ones too, because they deserve credit, and I can't, my mind's a sieve right now and I can't remember who all did. I mean, I just basically looked at that signature block 2 or 3 times, and not less than an hour ago I looked at it and read it out loud, and I still can't think of who it was. So I want to make sure that they get credit for those beautiful builds. No, Dampus didn't do it. I would have remembered Dampus because he's a friend of mine, so... In fact, and that's one reason why I'm bummed. I'm still trying to load my Ancient Paths world, because he made me a cross. Especially chiseled for me, which was very nice. And it was kind of a commission I took from people on Ancient Paths. I was like, hey, build me a cross and, you know, sign it so I can put it in my graveyard. If you want to be in my graveyard. Tells tried to actually put his own body in the graveyard, which I scared him half to death when he went through that mausoleum walk, and I forgot what I called it, but the one that I had the bells spawning on the sides. And tell you what, he went down there, sure enough, a bell. I thought he was going to have a heart attack. Died right on the spot. I remember helping him with the corpse recovery. I'm still kind of new at playing Vintage Story. And I went and helped him on a corpse recovery because he died with a bunch of wolves. That was a good time. I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to die myself, and now we'll both be in trouble. But someone came and helped us. No, he's a good guy. But he's like Polka Dot Spot, works in creative all the time. So Ancient Paths was different for him. He came on to Ancient Paths wanting to see some different styles and discuss bricklayers with people, and, you know, kind of get some survival feedback. And so playing survival was a new experience for him. But no, I kind of feel bad about not getting that mausoleum where I have all of these pieces that were made, and not having the chapel. We may have to invite Sid on. He's on vacation right now. Lucky bugger. He made the bell for my chapel, and I'm going to have to rebuild the chapel from scratch because we don't have a copy of the Season 3 Rusty Gears world, which just drives me insane to no end because I don't remember being offered it, and of course I didn't remember. Saint Adrian, thank you, Sophie. See? Knew it was Saint something. Emotional. Oh, okay. That was on a Twitch. I'm guessing that was a Twitch streamer spammer that got automatically booted. Thank you to my bot. I don't even have to go out and do that anymore. Oh, but I can do this. I think that'll work. Oh, no, that won't work. Hang on. I gotta actually do the command right. There we go. Oh, maybe I can get Sid to come on as a guest on my world and build me a bell. Maybe Andy can come build his own gravestone in my, my world. I don't know. That'd be cool. Well, no, he can make a tent bag too if he wants to. I'm excited to get to work on the harbor again, and I still have some creative work to do because having built, I still stand by everything's been built in survival in that. But see, then I regret not having the items that I gathered too from the Rusty Gears server, because I'll have to rebuild my apartment. I'll have to redo the chapel, but I will do those in... I don't have any problem doing those in creative, because they've been built in survival once. So maybe we'll have Sid come build the bell again. Punk, I think, did he do pews? I don't remember, but he helped us. Sid and Punk helped me finish up the chapel right before the end of the server. Did I bring some crates to sell with me? Let's go take a look. Nobody. Like I said, I do not remember it being... See, now I'm not getting... I can't even hear. It says I redeemed it, but I didn't hear it. Alert box. Let's see. None of us sat down to download a copy. Yeah, well, it said normally we were offered a copy right after it closed, and they would offer the community a copy, but everybody was too busy, I guess, and we didn't even think about it. Nobody thought about it. Okay, there's another ruin. Oh, we were looking to see if I had It says I redeemed it, but I didn't hear it come up. Did you guys see the little WoW kitty come up? No, I don't have the crates on me to sell. Did you guys see the Tron terminate and the little WoW kitty? Because I didn't hear the volume. If so, then I've got a problem with the... More problems with the volume settings than we realized. Either that or my bots decided not to play the sounds. Nova Degree. Welcome. Thank you for the follow. See, now I heard that. I saw the kitty. Oh, okay. Did it play any... I guess it didn't play any music. I heard the alert from the follow. No. Shino does not have it. And you heard both. Okay, thank you, Inger. Now the Tron is really, really quiet. The prepare to terminate. Or it's Dillinger or the MCP that's speaking there. One of my favorite actors. He was not only Dillinger in Tron, but he was in Time After Time, based on the H.G. Wells Time Machine story. He played the serial killer. He played Jack the Ripper, actually. Such a good movie. One of my absolute favorites. And Malcolm McDowell, believe it or not. A very, very young Malcolm McDowell. In that... Oh, we were going to check this ruin out. Alright, so it's just something to do with my monitoring then. I need to look into that. see, lobster mushrooms. Now we have enough for a lobster mushroom stew, I think. Okay, this could be dangerous. Do we have an escape route? Yes, to the southeast. This looks like a vanilla ruin, though. Well, that's a horsetail if I need it. This is not a vanilla ruin. Because I don't think the vanilla ruins they made spawn with mushrooms. Could be wrong. Some tables. Oh, look, tapestries. Oh, those are like banners. I don't see anything nasty. We have gears. Nice. And some copper that does not stack. Crushed alum. We really don't need it. Scribe table. Display case with butterflies. Pretty. More tables. Lots of tables. Oh my goodness, lots of tables. The banners are very, very cool. Oh, the suns. So yeah, not a vanilla. Good night, Andy. Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Wow. My timer actually worked today. You see it shot off the Discord. Look at that. Yeah, Shino does not have it. He was the first person I thought to check. More butterflies. Those are so cute. Well, I'm not quite ready to grab these for a tent bag either, although the banners are so cool. Do we want to do it anyway? Look at like reishi mushrooms, deer ear mushrooms, purple sun banner behind there. Don't get the whole banner, just the little sun piece off the top. Okay, so one chest. That's it. Should we check out underneath just to make sure? We'll check up top too. See, this is something we need to find after we have another tent that we can decorate. Gosh, those are so cool. Okay. Let's check up top. Let's check up top. Yes, I can English. Oh, tin. Yes, please. I have another tent bag, but until I have one, I think an outline. I really don't want to. I don't want to get some more decorations quite yet. Let's grab this tin. Got one stick we can drop. Extra mushrooms we can drop. All right. Oh, what's the first rule of Minecraft? Right. Applies to Vintage Story as well. Have to remember that. But might as well grab the tin. Oh, we have tin. We don't have to get too much because we have more tin. What we need to do is pick up copper as we see it. We haven't seen a lot of copper. See it more commonly in the snow. So we'll pick up a few bits here. And then I do need to take a quick break. Can I get out? Yeah. I'm not going to concern myself with getting every last little bit. Okay. We're going to check up top here before I forget. Look at all of these mushrooms, dryad saddles. Aha! We have uncovered the treasure. It's a tattered linen shirt. We could make a bandage out of it. Oh look, we ended up with a big chunk of tin. Ruined precision tools. There's 2 more chests with grass. Iron! We only needed a couple bits too. Okay. Bye, grass. Well, I try to get rid of it anyway. Okay. Glad we came up here. I think it looks like that's it. Oh, there's another one. Okay, so there's the prize. The prize is here. Because we have... Oh. We need a tool that actually works. Okay, there's nothing in this chest. Well, here's the prizes in this ruin, everybody. That's 4 chests up the top, and then 1 little one at the bottom. Okay. I am going to take a quick break, and I will be right back. And we're back. We're back. All right. Full disclosure, I am not feeling all that great. So hopefully we can push through it and make it some more. Sophie says maybe you can make a designated kitchen cellar tent. You're quickly getting into very hot temperatures. Yes and no, because I've got enough food to last even if the decay rate goes up. Enough to find us a pineapple. And we definitely have enough to get us into the Iron Age. Just make sure we made it out with the iron. Yes. When we find something else, we'll have to sit down and put some things away actually in the smithy though. So I want to make some blocks today. But we've been finding some really cool ruins. Definitely a couple I haven't seen before. I don't remember seeing that one. Right. So, oh, that's right. I just looked. There is nothing. See any? I don't remember seeing any of the little crosses. We did see a couple of the plinths, and we took them. We already took them. But I don't think we've seen any of the mausoleums. They're really small on the map. You have to be lucky to see them sometimes. See, that looks like a vanilla ruin right there. Well, we'll end up seeing it if we just head straight south. South, I said. There we go. Through the bushes. But we might as well sprint. I said we have more than enough food, even if I collect no more. Yeah, I may need to take some acetaminophen or something. Sinuses are bothering me. Not that unusual. Pollen is bad this spring. The big pine tree pollen drop is over, but we still have other things going on here. Shouldn't be too bad because it was raining a lot yesterday. So just sinus in general, I think. Kind of the nature of how my body works right now. For those of you who don't know, I have severe damage to my sinuses, and it tends to make even the slightest bit of hay fever pretty bad. Something that supposedly surgery can fix. I'm not in a position to take care of that yet. Let's see. But yeah, it's caused a cough, which is, oh look, more tin. Which has damaged my vocal cords. This deep voice you hear is not from smoking. I don't smoke. It's from the sinus damage and then the vocal cord damage.
I didn't realize that was your voice's affected. Your voice sounds similar to mine. Mine's naturally deep.
Well, mine is too, but not. It's not to where I can't hold I can't hold a pitch anymore when I sing. voice is a little more gravelly than it would be normally if it weren't for that. A couple of factors. I mean, my voice changed a lot when I had my tonsils out. And it wasn't as, as nice, but I could still at least hold a pitch. Now I have a little trouble doing that. And I just found out my soprano that I had picked out for a quartet that I'm trying to lead. It was supposed to be for Easter, but the soprano had laryngitis, so we couldn't do that. And now she's moving. So now I have no idea what I'm going to do. Like, moving suddenly, too. Like, not out of the state, but far enough to where I don't think she's going to want to come over for practice or whatever. So I'm really disappointed there. I have no idea what I'm going to replace her with. Well, maybe because my alto is also a very accomplished soprano, and she could do it. But then who do I pick for alto? I picked the best. We have 4 amazing musicians, and now I'm going to be short one. So I'll have to ask her if she has any ideas. Sorry to lose her, but don't know why they're moving, but must be something to do with work. Let's see.
I don't think I could ever work a job that would require me to change locations.
Oh, you never know. I mean, you might. That's it depends on how important it is to you. But the thing is that I know she and her husband both work, so it would have to have it.
Especially not like moving.
Well, depends on where you want to go.
If it's one that I don't get to control my location, yeah, absolutely.
Well, like I said, if they get, hey, you can live in Paris for a couple of years while you work for us, then at your age, and it depends on what other things you're doing, that might be a fun adventure. Okay, I think that's it that spawns in here. You get a torch holder in the jail, and that's it in here. Everything else is garbage, unless you want a table and chairs. There's nothing else. There's one chest. But anyway, no, they... I don't really like moving either. Alright. I'm really happy we found that iron. I'm not really fussed about deep exploring the rest of these ruins underneath. Are you seriously telling me that does not stack? Why do I have rot on me? Okay. Yeah, we definitely need to lay down the tent bag soon. But anyway, no, they both work. They both have fairly substantial careers. So maybe it's kids. I don't know. Didn't think they had kids in Athens, but I could be wrong. So I'm kind of depressed about that. The first time I've dared putting a quartet together like that, and that's kind of failed before it started. Those are not... What is that? Okay, they're both flint. And is this me passing up the lobster mushrooms? No. Pick's dead, though. Bye, chickens. I saw Pip and Frizz. My 2 bantams have been in a cage, basically a grow-out cage, in my quail room since they were born. Frizz was outside for the first 6 months, but Pip was a slow grower. She literally lived with my quail. I kept having to trade her out with different quail batches. She lived with 4 different sets of quail as they grew out, because she grew so slow. She finally grew to a pound, I think, when she was 9 months old. So now. Oh yeah, she's a normal sized bantam now. It's just she took so long to grow. It was weird.
Really weird.
It was very weird. So anyway, and then I brought Frizz in here once I had to take her out from the quail, because now she's bigger than the quail, by a little bit anyway. She's about twice the size of a quail. I take that back. Some of our girls are pretty big, so she's bigger by a third, I would say. Anyway, I brought Miss Frizz in. Plus, it was winter, and I was worried because Miss Frizz is a frizzle, and her feathers are different, so they won't protect her from the cold. I was a little worried about that. And so she's been indoors like her entire life. Like, dang. So finally, it was like, even though the weather was bad, the coop was nice. That we prepared a coop for him, with lower roosts and all sorts of hay in the bottom and closed off so the other chickens can't bother them, so they can like make friends. You know, they get used to the other chickens. The other chickens get used to her and the turkeys. And there are at least two bantams. I think we're missing another one now, but we still have two bantams out there, bantam hens that they could live with eventually. So anyway, and my mother's like, well, the weather's bad. You want to take them out there? I was like, yes, because this is what happened last spring, is that every time we went to take them outside, it was rainy or whatever, but it's warm. So this
rainy,
way,
but it's warm, and they're not going to
and
freeze to death.
and there's plenty of straw. The rain is not going to get at them in the coop. So, and I felt bad because Polka Dot Spot went to check on them this morning. They were out there all night, and then check on them this morning. They're huddled in the corner. They're not on the roost.
Not like in a scared way. They're just kind of sitting there.
Oh, okay.
Like they've just woken up.
Oh, okay. They were out at the front of the coop, kind of scratching around a little bit, so I was happy with that. So poor guys had never been outside really, except for Frizz, and that was a while ago. Pip has never been outside. She has never set foot on the ground, so they don't know how to roost. It's interesting. It'll be interesting to see how long it takes them to learn how to roost, if ever. You know, I'm not buying anything. I'm selling. Not selling anything I'm buying. Look at some of the new vessels though. The cloisonne is kind of cool. Alright. We are getting into some dangerous territory here though. This does not look safe. Yeah, I don't want to set the tent bag down until we find someplace interesting to do it. But whoa! Why are the pigs so angry? So angry. Okay. Oh, copper. And we need to eat. Let's do that. Not on top of the sticks or the stones, because then it will overwrite them. Learned that the hard way a few times. Well, it helps if I actually grab a bowl. Alright, we just ate a ton of food. Now, we have the weird copper on us. Okay, we have regular copper on us. Is that it? Here's another piece. I may end up doing a little farm stream too. I have other channels that those would go on, but I will definitely share them in my Discord if I do anything weird like that. I have some, I think, channels prepared for that to post in the Discord if I do things on other channels. If I do make a Genshin Impact channel, we'll share the same Discord. It's just easier that way. Yeah, piglet time, you think? That's still not fair how they're so mad all the time. And they don't need to be messing with me. Definitely no pick action going on right now. Oh, there's something. It's like a vanilla. That's probably a tree. That's very dangerous. Redwood forest, probably. Okay. South, but just keep heading this direction, southeast-ish. Yeah, I got some Genshin chores I'd like to do tonight before I go to bed, and I am sleeping in my kids' don't have seminary next week, and then we only have 2 days left, so it's time.
It's like 3 to the graduation expected.
Are you gonna go Wednesday? Okay, well that's nice of you. Go to the graduation. Patty straws! We don't have any room to gather mushrooms right now. I need to consolidate the food. What do we got? 4? Oh, coal. Yeah. I'll take it. Didn't we need to make a charcoal pit? We're gonna see if it'll take a different coal. But I think we need to make a charcoal pit to do our iron. I think there was something down here, right? No. Let's see, I got the iron on me. It doesn't say here. I'd have to actually see it when it's crushed into nuggets. Alright, well we're looking at having to cross through some forest here. Oh! Did we... Wait a minute. Hey, does that look square to you? That looks square to me. That is definitely not your average Joe vanilla ruin. Vanilla Joe. Okay. Kind of scared. But if it's somewhat square, it might be something that we could... Oh, okay. It's ruined badly. Not something we could easily make into a tent. Oh, goodness. Maybe we should check that out too. But I'll bet you dollars to donuts that one has baddies in it. This one could too. Maybe, maybe not. There's a chest in there. Oh yes, definitely better ruins. Both of these, I think. Okay, we have seen something similar to this already. Look at this. That's a little creepy. Altar with all of the wall scribbles. That's a little... It makes those pretty altars look pretty evil, don't they? Look at the purple carpets. Wow. Yeah, what do you think, guys? It's like an evil temple. That or a desecrated temple. A paver's road blueprint. Now, these are nice when you've... then you're playing vanilla. There's a flower pot. Marketeer tunic. Quartz chunks. I would really love to save some of these. Yeah, we need to put down... Oh, look at the floor. With all the scribbles on it. But that's cool. I really like what they've done with the floor. Alright. Another flower pot. There's a planter. I think it would be cool if they made it to where you could grow vegetables in planters. Rotten ebony planks. I actually, strangely enough, I like those. I do like those. What do we think? If we had a basement, would we have one down here? Underneath the wet, dirty gravel? Always have to check under the altar, right? I want some of those altar blocks. Oh gosh, I don't have a pick. what I want to see is I should be able to break this with my bare hand. So is that part of that block? I'm going to have to look. I really like the fortune teller scarf, but let's see. I think we may give up the top hat. No. Okay, not that one. Okay, I guess this was it. It's chiseled. Oh. Yeah, I can't see what it'll look like, but the carpet or whatever it was busted. Let's get rid of this piece. Yeah, it won't let me mess with that. Let me see. Okay, so it's part of the block. See? Nope, it's not the carpet. It's actually chiseled into the stone piece itself. I wonder if they'll stack. Let's see. Oh, except I don't want this thing. Go away. All right. They do stack. Okay, this is tempting. This is very tempting. Oh, hey, that didn't work. There we go. That sort of worked. There we go. And we need to eat the flax because reasons. All right. Ah, shoot. This is like painful without a pick, but do I want to do this? Let's do 5. It's too late. She can go outside in the morning. First thing in the morning, dear. You can go out and hunt again. Besides, I don't want the stuff in it, but I want the chest. I think we're full up on chests too, especially if I start making the what? If I start making the aged chest. Hi, baby. Big fierce hunter.
Big, just not a big cat.
No, she's not very big.
Fierce cat.
But fierce. Yeah, mad. She's mad. You're mad at everybody. I think this has a carpet underneath it. Okay, I definitely need to get out of here.
Candy's. Fluffy was going after Candy. Candy's our baby.
Yeah, well. Fluffy
You're old.
is not happy with anybody when she wants to go outside, to be
No.
honest. Alright, I think we have gotten all of the loot from our desecrate. We have desecrated the desecrated altar.
Candy, we got candy because we were at like a Halloween event and the local animal shelter had brought some kittens and puppies put up for adoption. Just at the booth, a little.
Yeah, they'd taken some from another shelter in the state that was overloaded. I still need to contact
We still need to
the
get
shelter because they gave us the wrong tag. They gave us the tag for her sister, and I mean, I can't exactly. She's microchipped. can't exactly take care of that.
Fluffy needs a microchip.
But I was just thinking the same thing.
Fluffy
We need,
needs a microchip and a collar.
yeah, we need to get her chipped. It'd be nice to get like a collar with an air tag on it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is a vanilla.
Keep track of her little patrols.
Hmm.
That'd be fun.
If we can use AirTag with Android or a computer.
I'm sure there's like an alternative.
There's gotta be. There really has to be. Okay.
But what? I came out and I see all these little kittens. And they're in these little Halloween costumes.
Oh my gosh, they put these kittens in Halloween costumes.
Some of them were alright. Candy was like, nope, I do not want to be sushi. I don't want to be mermaid.
Oh my gosh, they had a little
No.
sushi costume and a mermaid costume. No. Self-respecting cat. We don't put clothes on cats unless they're the hairless ones. Then they have to learn how to wear sweaters
Yeah,
and
they
stuff.
have to. Unless you're like in the desert.
Even so, it's
Even
really good
then.
for protection because they can't really play very hard. Their skin's not,
Not bad.
that doesn't have enough protection. So I thought that sounded like a
Yeah.
wolf pup.
I'm all dressed up in like a Picasso from Vocaloid cosplay. And I look weird. And I lean down and talk to all these cute little kittens. And they're all looking at me like I'm crazy.
You
but-
do not look like a normal human. Of course, they're young enough. They don't know what normal humans look like.
No.
They're just freaked out because everybody's
touching
been
them.
manhandling them their entire lives.
I know. Poor little things.
Yeah.
But I asked, I was like, we just lost a couple. We're about due to get another kitten. What's the adoption fee? It's like $32.
Oh my gosh, $32 for a fully vaccinated, fully vetted. She was already spayed.
She had like just had it done the day before.
Yeah, she had been spayed the day before, kitten. And that's, I mean, when you say that there's no such thing as a free kitten,
That's as close as you get.
that's pretty darn close to a free kitten. Free kittens are when you get something from, somebody had a stray or their cat that they didn't bother getting
And then
strayed.
It ends up costing you $100, $200. And that
Well,
will say over
Well,
1,000.
yeah, well, you get $250 in vet bills just to get them, their spay or neuter and fully vaccinated and well, if you have cats yourself, you need them tested for certain things as well. Although you should, even if you just get one, you should always have them tested for
Always
certain
have them
diseases.
just in case.
There are certain diseases that aren't really very healthy for cats to have. So, although if they're in the shelter to begin with, they're normally tested for that. No, I take that back. I mean, you get a free kitten, they haven't been tested for any of that.
Free.
Yes.
Yeah, they will usually cost you a couple
So
of
Candy,
$100.
well, obviously we
Why
named her
is it like
Candy.
a $200 discount?
Yeah, it was basically a $200 discount for that cat. So she was definitely.
This cost us what? $30 in vet bill since? Not much.
I
We took
don't-
her in once for a checkup. No, it wasn't even a checkup. It was to try and scan the microchip.
No, we just took her in to scan the microchip. Didn't cost us
That was
anything.
free. She has cost us exactly $0. in
Yes,
vet
she
bill.
has. Okay.
She has cost us probably about $300 in food because all she does is eat.
She's a round cat. She, you know how cats will walk across the floor and they'll just like lay down or they kind of do the little plop thing. She did that on our kitchen floor last night and I literally watched her roll because she's round. She's not even a year old yet and she's almost a year. Yeah, but she's like almost done growing, which means she's not going to be growing into that tummy anymore. Her feet are still big. I think she's still got some growing to do, but I'll be darned, cat. You just rolled and you didn't. So like tubbo, she's solid. I mean, she doesn't melt like she doesn't melt like larger cats will. They'll just go. Bloop. No, she literally had to
She's just around.
rolled off of her
That's just
side
her
because she
build.
couldn't lay on her.
She just looks weird.
And she doesn't like people food as much. She doesn't like
No.
snacks as much. She is all about the.
kibble.
She loves the kibble.
There's someone watching doesn't eat people food.
She's too full.
Stuffs herself.
Candy's just a sphere.
Yes. Well, hopefully she's.
Just like this thing that I'm
My mom's like, "God, that cat looks pregnant." I was like, "I know. There is no way she can be.
No, even if she had the parts, none of our boys.
None of our
do.
boys have parts, so yeah."
No. Stage had to be neutered twice.
Well, that's because they decided that it was too much trauma for him to neuter him the first time. Because Sage is one of those stray kittens that is definitely not a free cat.
I was out riding my bike one night, and we had just had a cat get outside. We were still This is a frequent runaway cat, so it's like, yeah, he'll turn up like he always does. He's always under that shed. And I'm out. It's really late, and I hear this cat start meowing, meow, 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 all the way in the distance. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Phil. Hi, Phil. And I stop. I park my bike, take my headphones off, and I listen. Meow, meow. That's a little higher pitch.
It's not. Doesn't sound like Phil.
It sounds a little tiny. And look. I didn't like have my phone. I had my tablet, which isn't really bright, and I was shining that around for flashlight. That's just itty bitty silhouette of a kitten, and I'm like, that's not Phil, who is a big tomcat. But yes, Tom is unmuted. He's a boy.
Yeah.
He's big. He's got muscles. No, we're talking about Phil.
But
Yeah, and I lean down. I get up close. I'm like, it's gonna run away. It's gonna leave. Like, I'm getting closer, and he's not leaving. I lean down. I get really close. I put him over my shoulder. He doesn't freak out. He doesn't he barely squirms. Well, I pick him up, and I'll pet him a bit. It's like, well, I have a kitten now, and I take him inside, and I go wake my poor grandmother. I was like, Grandma, I have a cat. She's like, she was so confused. She wakes up like, what are you doing? And her eyes go wide. She sees I got this little brown kitten.
yeah, well, when you brought him in, and I noticed something was wrong with him, and
Yeah. I didn't quite pay attention.
he was hollering, and
he was not very happy.
But
probably why he didn't protest.
well, no, I think he was happy. I think he figured out someone was going to rescue him,
Yes.
and he, his jaw was broken, and come to diagnose it, really, it looks like he was tossed out of a car. Because when cats will catch themselves, they'll catch themselves on their front feet, and if they,
I remember his front paws were
yes, he had damage to his front paws, so it looks like he was tossed from from a moving vehicle is what it looked like.
I wondered that because that means he had interactions with humans.
Yes, because he wasn't terrified
He was
of
already
people.
He was already a few months old by then. By then, they're usually unless they.
If they're
know
feral,
people.
they're terrified of people by
Yes.
then. So no, he was definitely raised indoors, and his poor little jaw was just hanging. It was totally busted. So
Yep, they fixed it.
he was able to eat some soft food. So we fed him up and got him into the vet, and that was not a free cat for sure.
But that was a.
We raised a little bit of money to.
Yeah.
That's the only time I've had a
one of-
successful fundraiser.
One
And
of my followers on Instagram donated like $100.
yeah, and I
That
think
was
I raised
insane.
about 100 as well. Of
I
course,
thanked him profusely.
yes. Well, I thanked all of mine as well, but I just ran across that the other day, the list of donations. I was like, what are these? Oh, that's right, doing the taxes for this coming year.
Sages.
Yeah,
Surgery.
and it was from the donations for Sage's surgery. Yeah, but that was a drop in the bucket. He cost us about $2,000 total to get all of his stuff fixed.
And
But
then he has to keep going back every
well,
few
the
months.
cat has something where he decides not to eat. I think we might have.
stops eating.
I think we might have figured out. Well, I was worried that the same thing that happened to him that happened to Easter.
I know. I freaked out.
But now I caught it the second time. But see, look, this might be a little
We
mausoleum
didn't really
there.
catch it super early with Easter. As early as it can be when it goes.
Well,
back.
she was so tiny
She was already
anyway.
tiny. She wasn't
but-
cuddly yet.
But now we have Sage, who
know
is
that because
rail
after a
thin
week-
anyway, but he's very cuddly. But when he,
He's really thin. He's just slender.
yes, but when you start feeling spine ridges, then that's too
Not to that extent.
too thin for a cat. But he's cuddly to begin with, but he becomes extra cuddly, and he was whining at because he'll play with Eve and Candy, the youngest two. He's the second youngest. But when he would hiss at them when they would try to play with him. So I know he was hurting. Oh, look, we have Papyrus. I knew he was hurting. And he got extra cuddly. He just wanted to be held more than usual. Bye, piggies. Hope mom and dad aren't around. I've almost gotten through this foresty area into some... Where was that mausoleum we were looking at? Did I just go the opposite way?
When Sage is feeling better, we let him out just into the general house. Didn't keep him locked up in that cage.
That was it. That was that little ruin there.
Eve, the cat we had gotten just before him. Oh my gosh, she loved him.
Oh, I know.
Pretty much instantly.
Well, they
Like,
usually
he's a
will
play toy.
take instant. You know, the younger ones will usually make friends with the kittens as long as they're young enough. They get old and crotchety in their old age, and even Eve. She was only 2 years old, and she had to warm up to Candy a little bit.
It took her a little bit. Sage was like instant.
Oh yeah,
He
another
fell
play
in
toy.
love with the baby. He loved her. He loved to bat her around, throw her across the house.
Yeah.
Candy brought the rabbit.
Yes, it's not
Yes.
quite pineapple territory, I don't think.
Oh my
But
No,
we're
not
getting
quite
close. We're getting close. Sophie, we are warned here in Norway to never give away cats, but to always charge people at least more than the highest meat prize. Oh my goodness. Talk about trauma back when we realized that was necessary. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
That's
People
something.
who give away free kittens. Those kittens are usually people come pick them up, use them as snake food.
oh my goodness. I did not. You know what? I'm an experienced orphan kitten rescue, and I did not even think of that. Thanks for that image. There's some things you can't unsee. Thanks, polka dot spot.
That's the main reason.
So we can't ever find anything but artisan traders, and now all we can find are food traders, tempting me with all of this cheese and the crates that I don't have available to sell, and the warm woolen saddle blanket, which is the wrong one. No bamboo yet, but very close. Yes. I think we have... Gosh, we're getting close. Another 10,000 blocks, maybe? So we are getting there. Like I said, this may end up having to be a short stream. My head's starting to hurt, unfortunately. That's not good. So we can find someplace interesting, or we run out of food. And then I'll stop, and while we cook some food in our tent bag, I will take another quick break, see if I can... Whoa! That was almost an instant end. I do not know why I looked down and or stopped. Ooh, that could have been bad. That could have been bad. I stopped because I was thinking I need to look where the heck I'm going, because this does not look like a great area. Did I manage to get any onions? I didn't. Yeah. Basically just... No, that's a tree. Let's head this way. It's going to be yucky, foresty, bushy for a little while, but...
I don't think Fluffy is still kind of. She tolerates the younger one. She doesn't.
She barely tolerates her kittens.
I know.
And yet she still brings home stuff for the cats to play with, like she's training them.
She's Alpha Kitty. We know.
Alpha kitty does not necessarily mean take care of the other's kitty. You know what I mean? I've never had one really do that.
It doesn't necessarily mean,
But that's
guess
cool
it's-
how she does.
Yeah.
She considers them all.
she also could be bringing it home for us too.
Yes and no. If she's bringing it home for us, she won't bring it home live. Most of the time, cats won't.
Most of the time.
Most of the time. But I don't think she's bringing it home. Not when she calls the other cats,
Yeah.
and we'll wait till they come and then lets them go to where they can chase
know
it.
She starts doing that, and she calls the other. She makes that noise.
Well, it's because her mouth is
I know,
full.
that muffled
She
little
calls
meow.
with her mouth
And I
is
go,
full.
oh crap, and I get up and I go running to shut all the bedroom doors.
That was so
'Cause
funny.
last time there was something loose in the house, I went into like all the bedrooms.
Yes, well,
That was my fault. I brought a rabbit in. But It had walked into like the baby chicken's coop outside. It just hopped right in. It didn't run away from me. I was standing right there. I was watching. What is that thing
Brought
doing?
this cute little baby bunny in.
It jumps right into the cage, and those chickens freaked out. They all were jumping around. The rabbit freaked out, and it was bouncing around.
I'm surprised that A, the rabbit
like
didn't
close.
get hurt against the cage, or B, the chickens didn't decide to kill it. Oh, yeah, I guess
they
you were
babies.
in.
They were babies.
Oh, these are the little
These
chickens.
were the itty bitty.
Yeah, they have cheese inger, but we discussed that earlier
The
because
rabbit was about as big as they were.
yeah,
It was so
that's
small.
true. There's three vendors with cheese so far, but the cheese, they haven't fixed the nutrition level on it. It really should be a lot more. So it's not worth the gears nor worth the effort to actually make it, except for novelty, because it does not give you more nutrition than milk does. In fact, I'm tempted to say it's less, but it's not worth it. Oh, looky here though. We are getting
Close.
closer. There's more termite mounds.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I've already collected some termites, so if I need more protein, I can use that. But we're probably going to hit soybeans soon, too. In fact, speak of the devil, or that's cassava, which is also too much work for... look at this. All sorts of termites. Yum. Like I said, proper use of bugs. You feed the bugs to your chickens and then eat the chickens.
Yeah.
Or your quail, or your turkeys.
Heck, sometimes even your cats. Our cats.
Well,
some
I'm
of
not
our
going to
cats-
eat the cats, but
No.
benefit
It's
yet.
fun.
You
It's
let
fun to watch them.
you let the cats eat you let them be animal food. Then the cats, of course, hunt for you. No, the last time, remember they brought in a mouse or a vole. They brought in a vole. It's basically, for those of you who don't know, a vole is like a field mouse with more of like a hamster tail, so it's a little dinky tail. She brought in a vole and it got loose and they chased it into my room. Well, it didn't get loose. Fluffy let it loose and
If she came in, called everybody over,
called everybody
And
over
let it go.
and then let it go. And so
and
they
we're like, "Oh my gosh, you caught some prey. Good job, Fluffy!" And she let it go, and it was alive. It's like, oh no.
yeah, and there's a hyena, and then it went running, and of course
Chased it for like 15 minutes.
by the stove, and then it went into my room. I was like, oh no, they cannot. You guys are gonna have to get it chased out of there for sure.
We did get it out.
Yes, and then Feisty, who was Fluffy's sister, Feisty killed it finally.
She was also a good hunter.
Yeah, well, she was born outside,
She and
and
Fluffy
we're
were
outside
mates.
about 9 months. We moved here, and they decided to befriend us as we were moving in, and kind of grew up on our porch.
There are other sister kinds. She was around, but we never got her. We all.
And I saw their brother too. We had caught her sister, their third sister, the third one once, but
Yeah, we caught her. Grandma was trying to give her some medicine. We got her 2 kittens.
got her kittens in her and tried to give her some medicine or something, and she got out.
Took off.
They haven't-
Been outside.
Yeah.
And she
But
took
anyway,
off.
so we ended up with all the kittens, and we were kind of freshly here, and I used to work with a cat rescue here in Georgia. I'm a licensed rescue myself, but I don't have, the nonprofit or anything like that. So they would always support me. I would raise their orphaned kittens, and then they would take them back when they were old enough for adoption. Well, I could not get any help. I was treated like a rogue or something. I had no idea what they thought I was trying to do. Well, you need to do this and this and this. And I was like, excuse me, I just got cats that need adoption, that need adopted. Well, you can't, we can't do that. And it's like, what? So that's why we ended up with a whole batch of cats all at once.
With 9 cats. Right as we moved.
Right after we moved here.
We had
Yeah.
like 20 in total about then. And then all our older ones started going.
Yes, and then our older ones started passing, but now all of the oldest ones are gone. CY was born here before we moved to Vegas for the first time, so he
He and Lady Gray are.
and Lady Gray are our seniors.
They're old. I remember when CY was a little baby.
CY was another one that basically all of our cats have come to us.
They
CY,
came to us
my husband was in the parking lot of Walmart
on
pouring
Cyber Monday.
Cyber Monday, pouring down rain, and here's this meow, and
He thought it was a bird.
yeah, I thought it was a bird, and he looks down, and then a cat just like runs up his pant leg, and
Little tiny gray kitten, all soaked, all sad.
yeah,
Brought him
so
home. He liked me. He took a liking to me. He's my kitty.
yeah,
He's no longer tiny.
he's not tiny. He's
big and fat now.
he is a fat kitty.
And then Lady Grey.
This one has a basement.
Lady
but-
Grey,
If we have anything else in here, we're definitely going to need to set something down.
I don't remember much about when we took Lady Grey in. 'Cause I was little, but I remember. I think we caught. She was like eating the bread and stuff. We were setting out for the birds and the squirrels, and I don't remember if we eventually caught her in I think we caught her in like a possum trap or something. She's so
yes,
feral.
I think this was the request of your Nana.
Yeah. Oh, Grandma said we tried to get her mom, but never happened.
I don't remember.
They called.
All right, so we're gonna put the tent back down, and I'm gonna have to take a quick break. Well, hopefully you guys are. Oh gosh, landing on a hot fire. That's smart. Did I ever fix this thing? No, it's just sitting there. No, it's. I fixed it. I just I just didn't let it cool off.
Grandma says we name this new feral kitten. Gray. Took her to the vet, got her worked up, found out it's a girl. So Lady Grey. Her name
Yes.
is Lady Grey.
All right. Yep. Okay, let's cook some food. And I'm going to have to take another quick break and take something for my head, and hopefully we can get that recovered. If not, it might be an early night. Unfortunately, folks, I'm very sorry for that. What did I... Oh, I put my pot down like a smart person. Okay, what are we cooking today? We have fruit and protein. I only have 3 bits of protein. Oh, I have the clockmaker. I have the snow goggles too. I had little clockmaker glasses on.
Remember when we got Eve? And this is like right after we lost Dazzy. They're going on Facebook for something. Somebody
Can you cook the termites? Can you cook them in pot?
I don't think
Dang.
you can cook them. I think you just have to eat them. Even in real life, I don't think you really cook them.
All right. They're only fresh for 2 days too. But what else do we need? We need grain, and I'll drink some more juice.
But right after we lost Dazzy, you were on Facebook. Found somebody talking about, hey, I have this feral kitten I just caught. Does somebody want to take her? And I remember you specifically went to get her because she looked like exactly like Zazzy.
She did. She looked exactly like Zazie. Plus, this lady posted about her, did not want to take her to the shelter because felt that she was too feral,
Yeah, figured
and
they'd
that
just
they
put her down.
would put her down. So it was that she posted on Facebook trying to find
apparently
somebody.
This is like so feral. She attacked me.
She attacked her. Yeah.
We drove like 4 hours or something.
No, 2 hours.
Okay, but
Up the mountain
I
though.
remember the car decided to take us on a scenic route.
Oh my gosh, it took us forever to get home because the car couldn't decide which direction
poor
to go. Golly.
We went, picked her up. She was very much not happy. So we put her in the car, go home. She was meowing the whole time. Had to stop, change her out. She had an accident, and then threw her. I guess not had an accident. It's not like. Took her home. Pull her out of the carrier, and she is purring, kneading at our arms. Just like, feral
She like
cat.
basically jumped in my arms at her house. We knew right away that this is definitely not.
Feral cat where?
She was,
Feral cat.
yeah. She was like, "You are mine, and I'm going home with you." And sweet, sweet kitty, for sure.
One of those cats that you just know.
Yeah. We just knew that she belonged to us and knew right away that she was our kitty. Alright, so we're gonna eat some of these.
Sage too. We didn't even consider, but did. It was like
No.
I didn't hear anything about it.
No, never did.
It's like
Was not part of the...
brought him home and I was like, yeah.
He was a very sweet kitty. For sure. Well, yeah, he's still... did it just put my bowl down?
Yeah.
We gotta remember to get our pick out. Now I pick the other bowl up. You, go there. You, sit in the middle of the table. Because I'm apparently incompetent and can't figure this out. Alright. Food is cooked. We'll need to go explore that ruin to pick up the other vessels. In the meantime, I'm going to take a quick break, see if I can recover and we can play just a little bit longer. Be right back. And we're back. Alright. We have talked way too much about cats, although if you're watching my stream and don't love cats, then I don't know why you'd even want to be here. definitely a cat community for sure. Did I get rid of all that junk off of me? I did. I think we're gonna put the stew down. Right. We still have a little bit of food there too. And we're just gonna eat termites for now. Oh, pick. Spare pick. Let's get the tent back out of here. Alright. Let's see here. I love kitties. Yay. I can't imagine anybody actually wanting to stick around after all that conversation about cats. If
Some people like cats.
they really dislike cats. No, I'm just saying after all of the talk we do about cats.
If I don't like cats, that's probably not the target audience.
Probably not our target audience, that's for sure. Okay, so this is the jail, which means you got your torch holder, you got your table and chairs, and then through this wall we have stuff and things. Ore vessel? Yes, please. And more black coal, andesite ashlar if we wanted that. And another vessel with cattails. Plenty of reeds if we need them. Okay. And that's usually all that's down here, I believe. Another torch holder on this side. Alright. Yeah, I'm definitely not doing too well today. Shoot. Oh! Look at that place! Look at that! That is really neat! Look at all those vessels! Oh, wait. I know, I'm not that funny. There we go. More grain. Yeah, we got more than enough food. It's not going to go bad anytime soon. Okay. I keep opening that. Okay, let's see here. Let's do the mushrooms. This is stuff that doesn't go bad. Okay, longer term stuff. Get all the mushrooms in here. Whoops. I think mushrooms need their own container. Look at that. I have a lot of them. Okay. And then... yeah, longer term storage. Not bad. Did I pick anything else up? Oh, yeah. And another... earthen vessel? Can I get it straight? No. Alright, now if I... There we go. Ah, they're the same. We don't want them the same, do we? Almost have to. Eek. Oh, we can straighten that out later. Okay, we've got... We're gonna eat termites. We're gonna eat termites this time. We need another dump chest, don't we? We have all sorts of coal and things. That's all we've got, really. Right? Is the coal? Cattails? Yeah, that's it. The rest of it's junk. Alrighty then. Let's go. Could have looked where we were going first. I saw them both. Cool. Alright. Alright. Anything else interesting? Probably nothing. Okay. Might be something, but probably nothing. Alright, let's just head south. Whoops. There we go. Are we good? Are we good? Yeah, we're good. Yeah, when I start making long pauses and holding my breath, yeah, it's definitely not... Does not make for good content. Alright. Interesting looking trees. Let's see if we can at least get some more blocks before I have to quit, right? I don't know if I'll make it to pineapple. And I do, if we find one, I still want to put my tent bag down and make us a pick before we try to harvest it. Remember, all we have to do is try to grab it. It doesn't have to be a successful harvest, but we have to find a mature pineapple. That is a... Oh, that's one of those vanilla, like, ruins. It's not a ruin kind of thing. Because it's basically just the stone. Yeah. I wonder if it's supposed to be their version of a fossil or something. I've never seen the cobble on top. Alright. Did we unlock anything by moving south? No, we haven't. I just keep going. Because... yeah, if I weren't worried about time tonight, we could definitely make it in to pineapple territory. So what we may have to do is do a little bit of bug out tomorrow night. If I don't finish it tonight, we'll probably finish Blackguard tomorrow night. And then probably work on some creative in the harbor. I'm still tempted to finish the creative area in the harbor and then find a 1.20 world and just, or the, you know, like generate a brand new world and just dump it right in the middle. Just crop the whole area. If I can, you know, take a piece that big, a schematic that big, and just dump it right in the middle. That way I don't have to worry about the weird jacked up areas that we have now. We could take care of it all in one fell swoop. Maybe I like see if we can spawn into an ocean and then dump it right there. Looks like a huge rib cage. Yeah, I said I'm wondering if it's their version of a fossil. Ooh. A little bit of lag. Oh, tall ferns. That's, yep. Okay. Let's go visit the trader. How do you like living down south here, buddy? Oh, is that? No, that's just vines. But yeah, we are breaking into the warmer territories for sure. Now, what do you Brits call paracetamol? Is that... I'm assuming that's acetaminophen? That's what we call Tylenol here in the States. Well, that's the brand name here in the States. Yes, no, not selling things. I don't need any more. I actually don't need any more linen. Find someone that's selling a backpack. Oh, look at that. Save myself some work there. I just bought some charcoal. Sweet. All of those building materials and nobody was selling fire clay bricks. I think we did. We found one that was selling some, didn't we? Paracetamol. Yeah, I was wondering if it was acetaminophen. I'm pretty sure it is. Hoping that kills the sinus headache for sure. Could do with a rest. Oh my goodness, my cats found... I don't know if you're familiar with Tupperware. And they have a kid's toy called the Shapo. It's a round ball that has... you know, like you fit the square into the square hole, and you have the circle you fit into the circle hole, and it's got 12. The dodecahedron is 20.
Wait, no, dodecahedron is 12.
It's 12. Okay, I got that right.
Dodeca literally means
12. That's what I think. Yeah. Well, see, headache. Anyway, it's a dodecahedron. Well, they also have a little keychain version of the Shapo, which has one little shape locked inside so it rattles. It is the absolute epitome of cat toy. It is.
It has two.
I think it only has one.
I think we had one that had two. One.
I think maybe that was a weird... So when I was... and you can only get them, usually you have to talk a consultant into giving you one if you host a party. If you are just a regular customer, it's almost impossible to get them. Well, I was a Tupperware consultant for quite some time, and I bought a whole bunch of them because my cats absolutely love them. You take the keychain part off and it makes the best cat toy. Because with the holes in it, it's just perfect to where they can pick it up in their teeth and pick it up and carry it around and bat it around. And oh my goodness, the other night, one of my cats found one. I think we've only got one left. She found it. I think it was underneath my dresser or something. And oh my goodness, the noise ensued. So I didn't sleep a couple nights ago. And then last night they were all, some of our kitty tummies aren't quite tolerating the fresh game yet.
It looks like you can get the Shapo keychains on Amazon now.
It does figure.
Yeah, it's the official Tupperware store too, not a knockoff.
Yeah, that's it. Well, that's the Shapo keychain. Tell you what, best kitty toy ever. Oh yeah, I know Tupperware is worldwide, Sophie. I just didn't know whether all of y'all are familiar with it. All of us old fogies.
By like something else.
No, Tupperware is they have it worldwide. Yeah.
I know it's worldwide, but sometimes the brand name is slightly different.
Yeah, some of their lines, some of their lines are definitely different. I remember when I was a consultant, they'd talk about that. But Avon too, their lines are different. There's another trader. Lots of traders too, which is nice. It's not a big variety of them. They seem to be occurring in clumps. We are breaking into pineapple territory here soon. For sure, for sure.
Yay.
We've got enough bricks to make one bloomery, which will make us one ingot that we could make a pick out of. But I just blew right by him. See you later. Hello, sir. See, you're buying leather, but I'm not going to sell you leather. Ah, see, Huntsman Tunic. I knew I should have kept it. Knew I should have kept it. It just isn't listed on the bought by. Yeah, it says sold by, but it doesn't say bought by survival goods. Very strange. Used to use that as my cheat sheet and that I didn't remember, but yeah, I should have remembered the Huntsman Tunic. Because he would pay 11 gears for that junky thing. Did I change it? No, I didn't. I still have this one because it's cooler. Alright. I'll remember next time. I don't even want to buy it. I could buy a 10 bronze pack pickaxe now. Don't need one. Don't need any of the things. Alright. And I've got plenty of salt, too. Not sure how big Avon is here, but we have many others like Mary Kay and Synergy, Amway, and many others. Amway, that's one place something I haven't heard for a long time. My brother sold Amway for a little while. I want to say Amway goes by something, a different name here in the States now. But, yep. Mary Kay is definitely big. Avon isn't as big as it used to be. It was more of the personalized service, I think, that was the big sell. And their product lines have changed so much. And they have a few of the originals, but they got rid of a few of the originals that were like big staples, and I'm not sure who took over and decided to do that. But, so, not as big as it once was. Did he buy snow goggles? Did I miss that? Alright, well. Oh well. Thanks, Inger. I can't even go back. I don't feel well enough to backtrack. Yeah. My fault. Should have looked at it a little bit longer. Learned about Avon from the movie Edward Scissorhands. I was still selling Avon when that came out. They had a special sales level called Honor Society. I think it was that when you sold $16,000 worth in a year. And I was the youngest Honor Society member in the district. I think it was like 22. And they made me an assistant manager as well. And I was the youngest assistant manager ever in the company. Then they decided to do me dirty. And so I stopped selling Avon. I sold Avon for a couple of decades. A pretty good salesman. Pretty good with marketing, sales. Let's see. That's what I did in college. I took sales and marketing. Alongside performance music, of course. I was one of those that the old joke was, what do musicians say at work? Do you want fries with that? That's I didn't want to work at a fast food restaurant, although I loved working at Subway. I do admit I worked a couple of different Subways. It's my first jobs. Was that sticks? Oh, it was a knife, Joy. But back then I didn't consider it fast food. That was before they had ovens and everything. The worst that we did was heat up some meatballs for a meatball sub. Well, we're getting closer to pineapples for sure.
Hopefully not putting them on a pizza.
The Subway didn't have pizza back then. The
No,
meat.
I mean the pineapples.
Oh, we had a meatball sub and we had the steak. They had just introduced the steak one when I was there. It was the only hot subs that we had. But anyway, so yeah, I took sales and marketing courses along with the performance music. And right when I graduated high school, so now I grew up in Las Vegas. My dad and my brother are sound engineers, so they're stagehands basically. Brother more of a stagehand than sound, but he did a lot of sound and lights, and my dad does sound and lights. Dad mainly a sound and electrician kind of guy. So, being a musician, I wanted to be in the showrooms. I wanted to play in a band. But as soon as that's when they first started karaoke, and they got this bright idea. Oh, let's play canned music without the voices, and then we can just sing along with it. So right then, when I graduated high school, is when they got rid of all of the pit bands in Vegas and all of the showrooms. Look, Olivine. Look at that. Oh, I have some already. I don't even need to grab any. I think we found it found it somewhere. Okay, can you kitty-ectomy the Valentine? Looky here, we have an underground ruin. Haven't seen one of those in a little bit. Hey, an underground TL. Was wondering if they still existed. Look at that. We have a gear and some coal. Might as well take the grass since we have the room right now.
Yeah, I think Perry's ignoring me at this point.
And Val is ignoring you too.
I won't.
Hang on a minute. All right. Oh, burnt out torches. Crates. Well, that's cool. With granite rocks. Joy. All right. Nothing too spectacular there. I see the tired kicked in there. Yeah, the tired definitely is kicked in. I think as a result of the headache, my tummy's starting to hurt too, and that's kind of a weird side effect, but there you go. I sold it if I'm back in college. It was terrible. So anyway, yeah, they took the pit bands over and turned them all over to karaoke, so my planned career was kind of shot there. Actually, I'd planned on being a band director, but then I was an assistant to the band director my senior year in high school, and I'm like, no. Whoa! I'm glad he had terrible aim. He was going past me. That was a wolf, if you didn't see him blink out the side of my side vision there. So, yeah, I decided that I did not want to be a band director because I can play most of the instruments in like a high school band, a regular, like a big band. But, and I know the fingerings and everything for the brass that I can't play. I tried to play trumpet a little bit and then I got in trouble. It's like, don't you dare break your embouchure, because I'm a clarinet player, primarily after piano. Don't break your embouchure trying to play, brass instruments. So it's like, okay, but I do know how to play bugle and trumpet and a little bit of trombone. French horn is mostly like a trumpet. Trombone is a little bit different. You have seven stops. I can't even reach stop 7. That's way too way too big. They don't make small trombones. But no, I decided I didn't want to be a band director after seeing what was involved with his job. Boy, he ate Tums like nobody's business. Of course, he had an ulcer too, but I'm not sure what gave the ulcer to him. It looks like we may have to break out the tent bag, eh? Let's go around this way and see what we can see. Let's see if we find a flat spot, we may break out the tent bag. So then, out of high school, I took some jobs, in lounge bands. Basically, was relegated to playing in like little mini rock bands in bars and stuff. I was playing keyboard. Got into the symphony a couple of times, but usually right before my husband decided we needed to move somewhere. So I was just breaking into the symphony in Vegas when we had to move from Vegas, and then we moved to Wyoming, and then was just in the symphony there in Wyoming. If you're not familiar with how symphonies work, it seems like worldwide. You basically have to wait for somebody to keel over for there to be an opening. You have these 87-year-old clarinet players, violinists, whatever. I don't know how old the wind instrument people will be, but tell you what, some of those clarinet players look like they were about on their last leg. You basically have to wait for someone to totally be unable to function before you could get an opening in a symphony. And so I was really, really lucky both times, and both times I had to move. So almost the E-flat clarinet / sax player in the Las Vegas Symphony, and I was the E-flat clarinet player in the Casper, Wyoming Symphony for a while. Dream job. Didn't last. So yeah, so then lounge bands after that. Was in a couple of, and then, I decided, the song Piano Man by Billy Joel. This was, I think, when I moved to New York. I was living on the border of Canada, and the little place there, and they had a little piano, and so wasn't in a lounge band at the time. I had just moved there to kind of explore Canada a little bit. It was kind of fun. This is not panning out, so I'm going to come over here. Is that something worth, or is that where I left? No, that's not where I left. Let's go check that out, put the tent bag down, and get our boat out. But it's like, they come to the bar, put bread in my jar, and say, "Man, what are you doing here?" And I was like, that's kind of what was happening to me. It's like, this is not the kind of environment I want to be in. I don't want to be hit on by people who hang out in bars. This is not where I want to meet, my future husband or whatever, because I'm not the kind of person that hangs out in a bar. But here I was working in them. So and I didn't like being exposed to all the cigarette smoke all the time. So it's like, yeah, time for a change. And I hadn't really found a good music job after that. I had started working on the internet, started playing video games for a living. Oh, joy. That's another story in itself. So yeah, so now I play the organ for free. Never ate it, but I'm so curious if it's good as it sounds. Ambrosia? I have a really good recipe for ambrosia, Sophie, if you would like it. It's super, super easy. I mean, you can make it hard, but you can make it with some canned fruit cocktail. I mean, it's delicious. Yes, it's very good, and you can make it healthy and still make it taste delicious. I'm tired. So much said the same word twice. Oh. Were you here in Vegas when the Lincoln Center was built? No. I don't think so. Where is it? That does not sound familiar to me. You do. I would love it. Okay. Yeah. In fact, I was just thinking about it the other day because I uncovered a can of fruit cocktail on my shelf. Like, oh boy, ambrosia, that sounds good. Well, the dumbed down version I can give you right now. Can only concentrate on one thing at a time right now with my head feeling the way it is. Let me put this tent bag down. Dump some things and gotta remember to get the what? The raft. Gotta get the raft out. Look at all that charcoal. Woohoo! Got charcoal and coal and brown coal and some iron. Yeah, we got some fun things to work with when we get the chance. Yeah, when we get on the road, on the water, I should say. I'll give you my ambrosia recipe. Not bad. Don't think. Yeah, there's not really anything much here. That looks a lot like carrots that are not, of course, not mature. Haven't found a 6 of 7 or 7 of 7 carrot yet. Not since the update. Boop. Okay, raft before we... Did I put them in here? There they are. We need to dump this garbage too. Oh, let's get rid of the grass. Extra grass won't hurt because if we do another pit kiln, we'll need to gather more. They have the link in there, and I said Jasmine inside. It's also placed now, and of course they have guest artist. They have the link in there, and I said Jasmine inside. I'm assuming spell check hit that a couple of times because I'm trying to read typo, but it's not quite working. Of course, they have guest artists. Oh, Lincoln Center. Okay. Yes. Okay. The Philharmonic plays there and a jazz lounge. Nice. Yeah. Oh, where did you come from? Look, he was waiting outside too. Nope. He was waiting outside for me. Let's get the tent bag off the hot bar. He is still chasing me. Crap, I'm running out of room. What can I do? Oh my gosh. Will he swim after me? Okay. Ouch! The tent bag off. Can we sit in the front seat, please? Phew. There we go. Yeah, I mean, it's been some time since I've done things like that, and yeah, it's just not the kind of environment I want to be in anymore. I did a little streaming. I think there's an old VOD on Twitch of me playing a piano piece. And it's something I'm considering again. Playing some fun organ pieces, you know. I've done some arrangements of my own that I might like to play. I was playing the piano today, or this morning, playing a piece that I would like to, probably going to do at church here in a couple of months. And I was thinking, you know, it would be nice to just record some of these. Go ahead and put them up. Okay, let's take a look at the map. Surely we're going to hit pineapple by the time we hit land because we're at 65,000. Okay, ambrosia recipe. This is not exact. Whoa. fireworks. That was lightning striking the ocean in front of us. That was interesting. Okay. Yeah, I can see the raindrops, and we're seeing the lightning flashes. That was interesting. Okay, not exact measurements, and I can look those up over the weekend. I'll put it on my to-do list. I've got a couple of VODs that I have to edit up on YouTube. I have to edit out my breaks and my intro music and my outro music, just because I don't feel like having to apply for all of the copyrights every single time, and there's no reason for them to be in there. So, let's see. So, you'll need a couple of cans of fruit cocktail, a brick of cream cheese. I have cream cheese. Do they call it cream cheese in Europe? I don't remember. Neufchâtel will work. Now, if you want to really get fancy, you could use see, now I can tell I'm getting old. Okay, cream cheese. So you need a couple cans of fruit cocktail, or your favorite. You can use regular, just some sort of canned fruit that you can drain really well. I mean, I like to use like a can of fruit cocktail and a can of peaches, and then just cut up the peaches, or you just get diced peaches. You drain them really, really well, and then you'll use some in a bowl that you're going to mix in. You're going to mix some softened cream cheese, some flavored yogurt. I like peach yogurt, but you can use vanilla yogurt or whatever, some sort of sweetened flavored yogurt. A splash of vanilla. You whip those up real good. Now, if you want it more floofy, you can add just a little bit of whipped cream, but it'll kind of floof up a little bit just from the juice from the fruit. So you mix up your cream cheese and the flavored yogurt, the fruit flavored yogurt, and a little bit of vanilla in there, and you whip that up really good. And then you put in your drained fruit and some marshmallows. And if you want, you can add some coconut flakes too. Some people like coconut, some people don't. I like to put the coconut in there, especially if you don't have to use sweetened coconut flakes either, but either one works. It'll soak up a little bit of the extra juice. And you mix it up really good. And that's ambrosia. It's really good. Okay, yeah, you call it cream cheese. Okay. I knew you had it. I just wasn't sure if I was thinking that was one of the things that you called something a little bit different. You get really, really fancy. You can like, use creme fraiche or what's the Italian kind of... That's the one I can't think of. Wow, I can't think of it. Yeah, we don't eat a lot of processed food, but you know, I've canned my own peaches, and I have those, but I have a can of fruit cocktail that's just begging to be used. Now, I'm a prepper, so I still keep some canned goods, and I'll buy the canned goods that I don't can myself. Like when I can get a can of corn for, you know, really cheap, and yet and it's decent. You know, it's a decent brand, it's decent corn. It's a lot easier for me to do that right now than to can my own. But I live in Georgia. We have peach farms, so it's easy enough for me to get peaches to can. There's a lot of corn that's grown here too, but I don't always, you know. Canning corn is a whole lot more work. Like peas, also much effort to can peas. Ricotta, mascarpone is what I was thinking about. Yeah, ricotta wouldn't quite be the right. Well, some ricotta would be the right texture, but it wouldn't give you the. it's almost too much depth to it. I don't think it would give you the right flavor. Mascarpone would, if you get really, really fancy, cut your own fruit. Now, if you wanted, you could add, if you were dedicated and wanted to peel your own citrus, or you could use some canned mandarin oranges. That tend to bust up a little too much, I think, if you used mandarins. But if you're using your own fruit, then peaches, pineapple, grapes, like pits and cherries. Although some maraschino cherries give it the nice little sweet kick every once in a while. So that's definitely processed. Like a pear. I wouldn't put an apple in it. I think you want, for me, for ambrosia, I mean, you have the squishy marshmallows. You want more soft fruit in it. I like me a good Waldorf salad, and I'll put apples in that, crispy apples. So if you're going with fresh, like I said, if you're going to go mascarpone, then you might as well go fresh. Definitely need some a good quality yogurt. And if you didn't want to go sweetened, you'd have to add your own. I would personally add xylitol. If I use some of my own yogurt here, though, it's relatively sweet. The yogurt that I make at home with L-Gaceri and L-Reuteri, L-KCI. I make those three, usually. You could use it. Those three would be fine. They tend to make, especially L-Reuteri makes a nice sweet yogurt even without sugar. Definitely need some vanilla, and then I would toss in like a little bit of xylitol in there just to give it a little sweet flavor, especially if you're using fresh fruit and not canned fruit. So yeah, there's definitely ways of making it more homegrown, so to speak, more from scratch. Yeah, that's what I was talking about with the fresh fruit. If you do fresh fruit, then I probably wouldn't go apples because I would think they're too crispy. You can do banana if you do fresh fruit. Easy on it though, because unless you're going to eat the whole thing all at once. But definitely a peach, a pear, some pineapple, some cherry. All of those would work really, really well. Some soft fruits. Don't know about berries. Not sure that they would work really well. Too many seeds. You give it kind of the weird crunchy thing. I don't think that would be good. Because what you want them soft, like the marshmallows are. And if you set it for a while, then of course everything kind of absorbs the marshmallow coating and everything, and it kind of thickens it up a little bit, and it's very yummy. Usually better eating it fresh. Oh, you were buying flax twine. I don't have a lackey saddle blanket, I don't think. Alright, well, you're not selling anything I need. I have 2 sets of body armor. But if you notice what I'm noticing, it looks like that I am in pineapple territory. I think we need to start taking a look. Yeah, we're gonna need to get south through here. Sounds a lot like a cake I make, but you replace the cheese with jello. Half the fluid, replace the marshmallow with a good Swiss nutty chocolate. Makes a stiff jello cake. Okay, I want the recipe. I want the recipe. Since we're passing off dessert recipes. Half and half, heavy cream in the jello. Oh, yum. Alright. So how about a Watergate salad? Watergate is a hotel here in the States. Made famous by the Watergate scandal, President Nixon, all that kind of business. We won't go into the politics of how I think he was set up, but... anyway, so the Watergate Hotel made a salad that was made famous by them. It was, and I make it pretty close to the original. So you whip up your heavy cream into some nice whipped cream, or you make your own whatever, you get whipped cream, and you mix it with pistachio flavored Jello. And depending on how thick you like it, it takes some experimenting. Whoa, hyenas. Oh yeah, I hear you. It depends on how thick you like it is. If you want to add however many ounces of pistachio Jello to your whipped cream. And can of crushed pineapple and marshmallows. It's another one of my family's favorites. Another very simple mix it together dessert. We have Watergate salad quite frequently because my family loves it, but I haven't made ambrosia for a while. Not everybody likes it, but that sounds good to me, and I have everything I need. I make an ambrosia. I have all of that stuff. Aha! I keep all of that stuff on hand. So, said being a prepper, it's something I always keep. Well, there's the bamboo. All right, so I owe you 2 recipes. My other favorite is Waldorf. Well, your traditional Waldorf will be like a good mayonnaise with some apples and walnuts. I don't like walnuts myself. I actually don't really prefer nuts in my food, but a few pecans in Waldorf salad isn't bad. So basically apples, a few pecans, and like a mayonnaise. And you can add bananas to it too. It actually tastes pretty good. But what we prefer to make is a Waldorf chicken salad. Another famous hotel, I think, and that's why it's called the Waldorf salad at the Waldorf Hotel. So I prefer the Waldorf chicken salad, which has chicken or quail, as the case may be. Pull apart some canned quail. So anyway, some shredded or cubed chicken of some sort, poultry of some sort, apples, and celery. And you can also toss some nuts in there if you like. And then mayonnaise. Touch of lemon juice. It makes a really, really good chicken salad. Yeah, I found bamboo. That means pineapples should not be too far off. I think these are ferns. I think it's time to eat some termites. Getting a little hungry. Brown sedge. So we're going to need to find the more swampy, foresty areas. This is really bad of me. I'm actually hoping that we find things soon because I am not feeling good. Maybe we have a thrilling conclusion right at the beginning of the harbor next time. This looks dangerous, but wide open. Interesting. A big courtyard. Wow, not seeing anything. I'll recognize this one. Torch holder. The filled-in basement. Hey, give me my grains. Thank you. Yep, there's a vessel up top there. Right on the noggin. Is this worth it? Watch it be a seed vessel. I don't remember. Oh, forage. Beanates. Oh, there's some linen. Take those too. Or vessel on the other side. Okay, some of it went down there. Have you ever had cashew nuts with fried chicken and salad? I do not like cashews, and I happen to be allergic to them. My husband and mother love them, however. I'm going to have to send you a picture. I have 2 nut mixes that I make. One says Mommy's Nuts on it, because I was being funny, trying to be funny. And Mommy's Nuts does not have walnuts, which I'm not terribly fond of, and it definitely does not have cashews, which I very much dislike, and am allergic to. So the other nut mix I have has the cashews and the walnuts in it. Okay, well, we should set our tent bag down here because these guys are cool, and make our... Oh, look, nails and strips. Remember, I bought these before and made my own anyway because I totally forgot. But we can do that. Yeah, let's set our tent bag down because I think I have a couple of things I can sell to these guys. Inger says, early work day tomorrow. I have to leave. Thank you. Good stream. Thank you, Inger. That's a pleasure as always. And I'm going to probably be back at least for a little while tomorrow. If I don't finish up Bug Out, we'll finish up the Bug Out tomorrow and then work on the harbor probably. Not sure for how long. This depending, because I'm going to work really hard tomorrow since I did absolutely nothing today. Doing some more cleaning up around here, so a lot of physical work tomorrow. But should be back for a little bit. Have a good night, for sure. For sure. Okay. Probably need to put the smithy down too. But we need a garbage pit. Okay. You and Beanades. And that's pretty much it. Oh, look at this. Didn't make this in a great location, did I? Yuck. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3. Okay. So Smithy needs to go there. Oh, I guess it would help if I actually grabbed the thing. Not really necessary that I fill all that in. Not like I'm gonna get stuck. Let's grab the smithy bag. Because we're getting ready to find the pineapple and I want to make our iron pick. So and that should work. Oh dear. It dropped my barrel. That had juice in it, didn't it? Oh, dang. Okay. Lesson learned. Lesson learned. What else did we drop? Anything? There's my hide. Oh, dang. Yeah, that still had some juice in it. Alright. So apparently it does not... It didn't have a piece of grass under it. Maybe that was it. Does everything... All the others had grass under it? Alright. It might have gone bad. Soon anyway. Still, kind of a bummer. But, look at that. 6. Oh, no, we need the tannin. Okay, let's figure out our iron first, and then we'll put in... I take that back. That's going to take less time than this will. Let's do the large ones. 9 pieces of leather. Okay, that's enough for a bag. Oh gosh, I'm out of dirt. I don't have more dirt. That. What kind of person runs out of dirt? Someone who's bugging out and not really building anything. There we go. So, looks like we have some recipes to exchange in the Discord. Okay. Let's move the tannin over. Make sure that we have enough for both of them. Okay, that is enough for that one. And that is enough for that one. So let's seal them up. Yeah. Well, we'll see if we can kill something else. We can make some more leather. Let's make sure we fill this with water before we put it up. So there's our fire clay bricks already fired. Did I put the nails? Where did I put the strips? I don't know. They might be upstairs. Or did we make chests out of all of them? Yeah, now that I have the aged chest maker. Although I don't think we're going to get a chance to use it. We could really decorate this place up and then make the top wall of chests. I wonder. Yeah, because this is actually built in here, isn't it? Let me see. Yeah, those are like little built-in shelves. They would look really weird if I removed them. No, actually they wouldn't. Because I could reline the whole top there. In fact, I'm thinking maybe I should put some more of these. Ooh, do I have any? Yeah, I do. Put more of those around the edges, finish it up. But if I wanted, yeah, I could make another row here and put chests along the top. Have those connect here. That might be cool. That might be cool. I'm sitting here kind of messing around when we need to get our iron out. Considerite. What? Okay. Is it upstairs, maybe? I don't have an exact recipe for the jello cake except what I mentioned. I'll send you the directions I follow when I make it. That would be fine. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to find it in chat. So if you just want to just write it down in general, that would be amazing. Do I have the more cattails? I mean, I do. Grass. Bauxite. An empty crate. Okay, there's the other nails and strips. Dear me, where is the iron? Blue clay, red clay. That's not good because the iron that I got isn't enough. Okay. Lime and... oh, here it is. Okay. Where's the hammer? I think I left it in here, correct? Hammer. Let's go ahead and put the extra spear and equipment in there. Guess we should probably cook some food. Let's get the let's get the iron going. Yeah, limonite. Perfect. Oh no. Oh. Look at that. Just enough. Just enough. Okay, and give me the charcoal. All right. Do this again. Okay. Do we want to do this inside or outside? Let's do it outside. Okay. Enough is enough. Yes, that's true. I was worried we didn't have enough. Oh, 21. Uh-oh. Oh, no. I wonder if that'll return an extra nugget. Well, I guess we're about to find out if it works. It's the worst that can happen. Fire more bricks. Okay. Pit kiln timer does not seem to work with the bloomeries. Hopefully Apache's got that in his new iteration. Okay. Stuff and things for the smithy. Gonna run out of room here. All right. Let's hammer these. Got lots of coal for sure, lots of fuel. And you, and I think that's all. Hey, it all fits. I can't believe I found coke. Oh, coke. That is kind of cool. Not enough silver to do anything with. Alright. Is there anything else we need to make? We are using our backup pick, but like I said, I don't think the game is going to last much longer. Let's put our things away. Oh, let's get some food cooking, and then we'll get some things put away. Let's see, we need... Wrong dialogue. Fruit! I am bummed that we do not have... Did I finish it all? I guess I did. Come on. I want it back. There. I keep opening that one. Why do I keep opening that one? Let's put the grain and stuff in there. Swig some cranberry juice. Look at that. Nice. And vegetable and grain I've actually got over here, so... Let's drink one more jug. Oh, I got one more serving left. You guys there. Okay. Nice. This still lit. This is still lit. Alright, so I really don't need to make any food quite yet. keep our nutrition as high as possible. Flax porridge in the crock and spelt porridge. Okay, so we need the grain more. Nutrition as high as possible because when we get our pineapple, we're going to get points based on the saturation. I could be really cheesy and just try to make a whole bunch more inventory slots, but and I still would like a third tent bag. I like to have a third tent bag, you know. Cellar would be cool. We almost made one the first time. Not necessary, but cool. Flint, halite, bauxite. Should put the olivine in there, right? Just to keep it consistent. In case we wanted any third tier refractory bricks in our protracted permadeath adventure. Did I put the tailoring things in here? I did not. Okay, we got some more things to put away though. Yeah, because we still have some decorative things. It would have been nice to have picked up the tapestries out of that one place. That would have been very cool. Alright, I like our little place here. I think it looks cool. Yeah, it would be cool to find one of those stoves. One of the villages, one of the Better Ruins villages has these really cool stoves that has the stack on top. We made our kitchen out of that last time. Alright. What else do we have? Yeah. It'd be nice to get our leather backpacks, but I don't think we're gonna... I think we're gonna end up finishing before that. Where did I put the tailoring things? There they are. By the way, it's the Smith Center, obviously, not have Lincoln Center, my bad. The Smith Center. Okay, no, that was not built before I was there. I was like, well, the Lincoln Center. I know what the Lincoln Center is. Didn't know we had built one. Sorry, not making fun of you. I just, like, man, I know I'm out of touch, but, pretty sure we didn't have a copy of the Lincoln Center. The Smith Center. Do you get extra points for having more tents? Yes. The tents are worth points, and they're worth much more when they are safe. Three blocks tall. And I consider this good enough. Oh, hey, I know what I can do. How about that? Oops. Well.
Come on.
That's a knife and not a chisel.
I leave my tablet for 1 second and it auto-turns.
Oh, you'll have to use mine. Sorry. We have to do something else other than what you had planned. Okay. Well, it's definitely not matched up.
I have to get some ice for actual sound.
Okay. So now it is officially 3 high on all 4 sides. So much extra points, many extra points for having it enclosed. So I have 1 empty tent bag, so that counts. But I'm not going to cheese it. We're not going to just, unless we have a decorative use for the chests, we're not going to put them up. Although I would really like to make those aged chests. Those look so cool. I really love the way they look. Speaking of, let's put the rest of this stuff away. Never do planks. Guess I'll just stay out here. Oh, that's right. We were going to try to put those other things. Yeah. Let's put this stuff away first. Actually, this is... how do we do this up here? Really didn't need the empty one there. Let's put that there. Oops. Let me see if I can move this with carry on. I can, but this might end up putting the... Yeah, it did. I put the parchment out. There we go. That's not bad. So we could stack chests up here if we wanted to, or put something cool. Hey, I have an idea. We could put these up. That might look a little silly. that might look a little too silly. I still like my cannon. That's very cool. Alright. Yeah, our blueprint. Okay. Some extra logs. Might as well make firewood out of those. Okay. We were going to make a bandage out of this one, correct? How do you do that? With a knife? Tattered shirt, but it makes clean bandage. Been in who knows where for who knows how long, but it's clean enough to be called a clean bandage. Okay, got those put up. Let's make some firewood out of these. All right. Still cooking. All right, grab some water. Do we have anything we could put in our display case that we can't seem to get to sit straight? I am literally straight on. Someone explain. I have questions. Why can you not put that straight? Can I put it against the wall and make it sit straight? Does it purposely sit crooked? I don't think any of the developers are that cruel. But dang it, I cannot get that thing to sit straight. Anyway, we even have anything that can go in there? Can you put a shield in there? This item does not fit into the display case. Fine. 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 Yeah. Very, very funny. Very funny indeed. I can put clothes in it, I suppose. I still got my vendor pack on me. Last time I had a crate pull up, I couldn't. Ah, Blackguard saddle blanket. Wasn't this guy over here purchasing Blackguard saddle blanket? We haven't checked the rest of the vendors. Should be another one in here, right? You should have a buddy. Yan! Hi, Yan! You want a crate and a merchant saddle blanket. But I do have a crate. Oh, I have 2 crates to sell you, actually. Should I do Grand Theft pot again? Grand Theft cooking pot. I have that one. And I have that one. I have, but I didn't pick them up. I think I found like my favorite shell. It's like the purple star. I think I found it right before I found the little display case, and I didn't pick it up. Of course, we don't have any vessels because I'm not a malefactor. How does that happen? I don't know, but somehow something happened, and I am not a malefactor. I'm like out of body here. Got anything to trade here? Ah, a new customer, he says. Warm woolen saddle blanket. All you guys want just the warm woolen ones. Well, you know, I got some cool ones that you have not asked for. Last minute effort before we find the pineapple. And we'll have a serving of cheese. I don't have anything extra. I think jewelry can. I was thinking maybe the clothes probably as well. But I don't have anything that I kept that I wanted to put in there. Now that I have the extra slots, I said it just kind of happened late, I guess. Now that I have the extra inventory, it might be something I did, but all right. Do we have anything up here that we would want to put in the display case? I wonder if a candle will go in there. It'd be cool if we could put the blueprints in there. See, I have windows. That's some cool stuff that we could put in there. In a place. Nah, I don't even have anything that would look good in there. All right. We decided there was nothing in that ruin, right? Oh, is that a sun bear? Probably safe. I'll just take one quick look around. Yeah. All right. But yeah, we are getting really close. We're gonna make us a iron pick and take off. Hello? Are you gonna finish? I forgot to check the time when I started it. That's interesting. They only have one wagon between the two of them. One wagon, two trailers. Oh, it's a big wagon. Okay, there's enough room. You only got one single bed. All right, guys. Whatever makes your sneakers squeak. Excuse me. Eek. All right, we're gonna need to clear a table. Sweet. Waxed cheddar cheese. Okay, I'll eat that right before we leave. want to say using these, like right here. Kind of finishes it off a little bit, doesn't it? Oh, of course those are the wrong direction. Not like anybody will ever see it. I did that wrong. Oh my gosh. There we go. That's as good as it gets. Yeah, it makes it a little bit more interesting. I think I don't know, let's put that back. Let's yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Sunbear's safe unless he's drowning and blaming you for it. Yes, unless he's taking damage. Otherwise, runs over a fire, says ow, and comes and takes it out on you. Alright, so that's ready to munch. Come on, pick. Okay. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Made an interesting little build, anyway. So I think a couple of aged chests would look really nice. Could probably make one really quickly too. It did. It just gave me my extra nugget back. Just in case. Blocking y'all out. I don't know if the nugget's hot or not. Nope. Ah! Fine. I wonder if we should have just left it hot. Now I have to heat it up again. Okay? Smart. Next time. Smarter. Right? Next time we're going to be a little smarter. Alright. Let's put you up. We're going to grab you guys. Forge. Coal. Bloom. And light. All right. All these tent bags, they'll be added to our little tent city. Or viewer village, whatever we're going to call it. I'm not sure. We may have two separate ones. One for my builds and then one for just viewer builds. What are we doing? What are we doing? Picking up our anvil. Alright. Got the hammer on us already. Yes. Now, about those boards. They're still in here. Yeah, we got enough things to make another little tent bag look kind of cool, but I don't think we're gonna get that far. Okay, I want to say metal scraps. Happen to have those, so it uses metal scraps and not the strips. Well, it's the second run I've actually found those, or this blueprint, so that's actually kind of cool. Let's go ahead and add the other sell items. There we go. How's our bloom doing? Look at that. Nice. Just in time, too. Iron Age, man. The cheesy way, but when all you're doing is exploring, it's worth it. Nice, nice. Quite happy with that, actually. And one nugget to spare. Bring on the meteors. That's a hoe. Iron pick. Next time, it'd be neat to see if we can do all 3 steps without even heating up a forge. Just pull it out of the bloomery hot, shove it on the anvil. Nice, look at this. Hey, I could put the nugget in the display case. Yeah, you're right. The one nugget. Yeah. Alright, let's put that stuff up top. Bink! One iron nugget. Okay. Alright, we need to eat something and then kind of get out of here. I think we're pretty much done. Let's, Alright, what other nutrition do we need? Just a little bit of everything. So let's eat. Yeah, look, I mean, hardly any dairy at all. I think, yeah, that's it. Okay. Let's put you back on the table. Let's take you out. Really want... Is this cheesy to try to do this now? Guess I should shove a stick in there. I just wonder how much of a base... Ooh. We need to put the torch holder down. Is that... Oh, yeah, that's all the way. Let's see if we bring it down some. Arg. Okay. Here we go. Haha. Slightly cheaty. I can deal with that. There. Then we just do that. Now let's put our... Oh, did it dump everything else in there? I guess it did. Let's go put a stick into our pick. Oh, that's right. That's the floor. That's why that won't fit there. All right. This actually counts as another container, but I don't know if we really need it down. Huh. I guess... That's weird. Oh, am I in the way? I guess I'm in the way. Alright, we'll count this as inventory. I just don't want to put it down. Alright, let's grab a stick. We are officially in the Iron Age. Look at that. Woohoo! Right. Right. Okay. I think I shoved the rot downstairs. I could have made a whole slew of baskets. Nice you did it. Holding the zoom in alt button can help when chiseling small details. Yeah. I just needed to get underneath. That worked. Yeah, I think that works. Yeah, I could touch this up a little bit, but let's go find that silly pineapple. Or you know what? I think we're gonna leave on a cliffhanger. And we'll just start out with bug out. Just in case. Just in case it takes us a while, because it's not like they're the most common thing, you know? Probably should have saved the cheese for right before, but hopefully the nutrition lasts a little bit. Hey, what am I doing with the extra shovel? Oh, I gotta clean that out later. I knew I had picked something else up. And you guys. Fantastic. That iron pick. Iron pick, everybody. Woo! Little too close. Too close. A little too close. Alright. Thank you guys. I think we're going to call it a night. I'm definitely feeling a bit sick. Tomorrow night, same Pyrrh time, same Pyrrh channel. We will finish up Bug Out, find that pineapple, And then probably work on the harbor a little bit. Try to maybe do some more layouts, figure where we're going to put things and that sort of thing. Because, you know, there's some builds I want to put in there. Not only the builds that I've already built, but once we get it back into regular survival, then I'll want to be putting some more builds in there. Kind of finish up the harbor. I kind of like how I would like it. So thank you very much. Thanks, Sophie. Yeah, looking forward to tomorrow's finale. I'm going to leave you on a cliffhanger. I hope everybody has a good night. You too, Sophie. And I will see you next time. In the meantime, play hard, die often, and leave a good-looking corpse.